Hey, there we go. What is going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to another Prop for Match TV stream. We got John in the building. How's it going, man? Good morning.
What's up, Zach? I quit.
You quit?
I'm done trading. I'm done.
No. What happened, man?
I'm done. I can't take it anymore.
Oh, God. We got to talk about it, man. What happened?
No, it's just one of those days that, you ever have those days where you're just like dumbfounded of like what the market did to you? You're just like, what the hell just happened? That was my day yesterday. So it wasn't a horrible day. I managed my risk. It was fine. And I'm still in my funded account. But I literally, and this is one of the things with also like running a company and trying to trade, which is not a good idea. But I was in a meeting and there was this huge trade that worked out and I was so ready for it. And I just, I had to turn off the charts. But yeah, it was kind of like a little annoying. And I usually don't have the charts up when I'm working, but for some reason I did. And the huge drop that happened yesterday, everything was like lined up for me to take it. And I was kind of kicking myself that I didn't take it. And then I traded the overnight session, and I think you call it like getting edged, like when it doesn't hit your take profit by like a few ticks.
Yeah, and then reverses.
And I was like, I couldn't believe it because I left the trade going, and I had a few other things to do, so I didn't monitor the trade. And I was pretty confident it was going to hit my take profit, so I just let it ride. And I come back, and literally, I think it was like 2 or 3 ticks off from hitting the TP.
Oh my God!
I couldn't take it. I was like, okay, I'm done. I might be done with trading for like a week. Like I'm just so tired of this.
Well, I mean, first off, dude, it's hilarious that like at least we know you're human, guys. Even the owner of Prop for a Match is like trying to sneak in a trade right before his work meeting. You know what I mean? Like we're all the same, bro. Yeah. A trader's a trader through and through. Yeah. But nah, man. I mean, honestly, dude, December has been brutal price action. It's been a rough month for so many people. I had Zach Boyage on yesterday, Real Deal Future Zach. He said the same. He's like, man, December has just been brutal. TMadeAlex, who is someone who's been coming on a lot lately, I was talking with him yesterday. We chat a lot, and he was saying December's been brutal. He's coming on today. I'm sure we're going to talk about it. Like, it's funny because a lot of people were expecting like a Santa rally. You hear that term a lot. The Santa rally. Oh, market makes all-time highs right before Christmas, which I think it did happen last year too. So makes sense people were talking about it, but we did not get that this year. It's just been the most brutal, choppy range. So I think if there's ever a time to take a break, man, it's maybe going into the new year. I'm ready to take we're going to be taking like a 2-week break, give or take. I think it's time, this December, I'm ready to just forget about it, man.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I'm with you on that. I know I'll probably still trade though, because the market sucked me in sometimes.
I will too.
Yeah, it's just that perfect setup comes up and you have to take it. So, yeah, for sure. I'm ready to enjoy Christmas and
definitely.
So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, me too, man. I definitely am. So, I mean, I'll talk about the trade that I did take a win overnight, but I understand that you got edged because look at this. I mean, realistically, this was like a terrible entry. I just gave it all the room it could possibly need. I was like, all right, if this breaks previous day's low on this long idea here, it's done. So I just gave it all the room it needed. It was like a massive stop loss. I mean, this is like way bigger than what I'd usually do, but whatever. It's like about 100-point stop loss. I just put this trade on and went to bed because basically my thought process was mean reversion. We had a huge sell-off yesterday. I actually was red yesterday. So yesterday was tough for me too. We just sold off with no mean reversion and I got sucked into trying along. I tried it on stream, took the L. Was like, all right, dude, this is, it's funny because we were short biased in the morning. We were talking about the shorts and we were like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We get this short set up. And then we have our guests come on at 9:30, and usually I'll wait like the first 15 minutes. We'll chat with the guest before we start really hunting for trades. And yesterday morning was one of those days where it just sells off from the open, doesn't give you a pullback, no re-entry. All of our short targets that we were looking at at 8 in the morning when we were talking about them hit within like 20 minutes. So then you just start going, well, maybe, your mind starts telling you maybe there's a long here. Maybe I can get a mean reversion back up to equilibrium, whatever the case is. So we tried a long, took the L, and I just knew, I was like, all right, that's the type of day it is. I'm chilling. We actually we got our Apex payout approved yesterday. So that was the other thing. I was like, I took a payout today. I'm just going to stop here. Who cares? Like, I got nothing better to do. I'll just chill, have a fun stream. And, so I was red yesterday too, is my point. It was tough. But after that sell-off, my thoughts were, okay, we need to get some mean reversion here. Like, if you look at the 4-hour, we're down at some like key demand zones. We got this 4-hour order block right here. And my thought process was like, okay, we're going to get something here. We have a ton of imbalance to the upside. My overall draw on liquidity is still a little bit higher. I want to see NQ at least come up to 123. And that's just because that's where this hourly bearish fair value gap begins. So that's the imbalance I want to see get filled. So this was, in my mind, a lower hanging fruit target. And my thoughts were, we grind up overnight and I just get in and put my stop at a safe enough place because there's enough range here to capture to get a good trade. I mean, I only took like 2 micros on this, but it was, it's over 380 ticks. I caught a 1-to-1 and got these Apex accounts up first day after the payout. So nice overnight trade. That's pretty much the analysis on it. And I haven't done much analysis for today. I don't know really what to look for yet. I guess we'll get into that in a moment. But maybe you want to get your charts up, John. Show us if you are going to take a trade, maybe what you're looking at too. But yeah, that's my long from overnight.
Yeah, for sure. I can actually go over my thought process yesterday and why I was looking for that big sell-off. Let me share my screen.
And by the way, guys, while John's getting his screen up, as always, shout out to our sponsors. We got giveaways to run today. Top 1 Futures, Blue Guardian, and Aqua Futures. So smash that like button. When we hit like 50 likes, we'll start running our giveaways. So you know what to do. Okay, let's get your chart up.
Yeah, so real quick, there was a few things. So yesterday when I was watching the charts and I was looking for that sell-off, it was right here. So this is my 4-hour chart. And I was in a demo account, like, cause I'm just playing around with a demo, just like with big numbers, just seeing how that does. And I took the trade a couple of times. I think I tried here. We didn't quite get it. I think I might've tried here. We didn't quite get it. And then right here is when, during this whole time, and I'm gonna be honest, I was in a meeting and I rarely do this. And the times I've caught myself, I just shut off the charts. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh man, this is looking primed for a big sell-off. But I was too distracted and I knew the meeting was important, so I shut off my charts. Right. And during that time is when we got the big pullback. But I was really looking at this and there was so much other confluence for that big sell-off. Like I had I think it was somewhere around here, like just a lot of things. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, once we got below here as well, like I felt we were gonna have a sell-off, and there was a few other charts that like I was really ready for it. So essentially what we did is we just cut through this 4-hour block here in like a few minutes, or that might have been like 20 minutes, but it was like 300 points on NQ. So anyway, I'm just recalling like my sour grapes, I guess, or
yeah, no, I get it though.
Yeah. So that was that. And then yesterday in the overnight session, But this is the thing. Like sometimes I get sucked into the market, like where I feel like I have to be in the market, and it's a very distinct feeling. Like it just feels like I have to take a trade all the time.
Mhm.
That's something that I have to be careful with, because I can recognize it. Like I have to, whenever the charts are open, I feel like I have to take a trade or something, and it's
Dude.
yeah.
No, big facts. I mean, we're all guilty of it, man. We're all guilty of that. It's a real thing. And I'll sit here and say it's great to have certain windows only where you're looking for trades, but none of us ever follow it to a T. Like, I like to mostly take my trades from 9 a.m. to 12. Like that's pretty much when we're on stream is when I take maybe 75% of my trades. But when I see an overnight session trade, I take it. If I see stuff, I take it. And there's such a fine line between just always wanting to participate in the market and being like, okay, I actually see some edge here to exploit. Let me take a trade. It's a valid setup.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, so that was yesterday's trade, and then I think it was right here. Yeah, so I was in the trade with ES. So I saw in the overnight session that we most likely will get here. I think at that time. Let me see. Oh no, this was later. Let me see if it's on the 5-minute. I forget what chart I was looking at, but anyway, long story short, it was right here. This is where I got kind of edged. So I saw this where like we were here, and I knew we would rotate up to here. Or I had some good confidence that we would rotate, and I found a good entry like right here. I found a good entry, and my take profit was like right literally at 9.8. I think it was like right here. Like, and on MNQ thing, it's slightly different. So I was trading MNQ. So I think MNQ didn't hit the take profit. I feel like NQ might have. Let me see. Yeah, NQ did hit the take profit.
Oh, it's rough because that's like a rare occurrence, but it does happen.
Yeah, so my trade was like this, and right before my take profit, like it came down to here, and my stop was like here.
Was that your break-even stop or your stop?
No, I think I took the trade a little bit higher. So it wasn't like a big trade. It was like maybe 20 points. But I did leave a good wiggle room for my stop. I left like 25 points for my stop.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, and just ended up getting cut here. And then right after, it just smashed up to my take profit. So I was like, yeah, that's no fun.
Dude, isn't it crazy that you can capture 25 points in the Asia session these days, like easy on a 1-minute chart?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Yeah, and I just saw a video on SMB Capital. They mentioned something. Sometimes I watch all these different, prop firms and all these videos. And Bella from SMB was like, "Hey,
Bella Fure, he's like the head coach guy, right? Like he's not a trader himself, I believe, but he's like the psychology guru. Not psychology. I don't know how to explain what he is, but he like motivates everyone and runs the team, right?
Yeah. I think he's the owner too of SMB.
Oh, he's the owner. Okay, gotcha.
He wrote the playbook. But he said something. He said, and I love their videos. Like they're like military with how they approach markets, and like their whole team is like super military, which I can relate to because like when I first started trading, like that's how I was too. Like I was super military and wanted to know everything about the markets. But he mentioned, he's like, hey, for everyone who's been trading the last 5 years, you should be aware that it's not going to be as easy, or it's not, because like the crypto boom, like, and I agree to a certain extent, like the crypto boom was crazy and people were making a lot of money. But at the same time, I'm thinking you got so much volatility in the markets now, and I'm pretty sure there's more volatility than there used to be. I didn't trade 10 years ago.
There has to be. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because he's like back then a 1 point move was like considered good. like
Bro,
on.
did you know that back in the day they used to have like the mini contract, which is the big contract now? They had, what was it called? They had a different contract that was like the micro was 1/10 of a mini, right?
Mhm.
And then they had a max or the big max contract or something, or big mini. I forgot what it's called, but that was like a mini was 1/10 of that. So think about the leverage that we're talking about. Like these guys in the 80s used to trade maxes or I got to look up the contract name. I'm going to look it up now, but they used to trade those and they would be looking for 1 points in like on the floor because the market did not move the way it moves today. Before it was like a fully globalized, centralized market where everyone in the world can participate. It was really just the United States. And so it moved just so much slower. And that's why futures created these like highly leveraged contracts, because they'd be trying to make money off of like a 1-point move, a 2-point move, because you were not getting 200-point ranges in the NASDAQ in like 1960. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1980.
Yeah, it's so wild. I mean, I feel like there's so much movement in the market now that you can capture like a lot of points in a short period of time. So this is an interesting question, Zach, because like we know markets
Standard. It was called standard, just the standard lot. Then they had the mini, and then they created the micro.
Yep, makes sense. Yeah, and we got to put out that PDF. We're still waiting on that PDF where like we have the education. So we'll put that out soon. But this is an interesting question because like the markets keep evolving, right? And sometimes I'm gonna go off on a weird like abstract tangent. Hopefully this is okay. But like, where do you see the markets in like 5 to 10 years?
Where? Like where in terms of like price or what do you mean exactly?
Like I feel like more people are getting into trading because it's so accessible. And I started thinking about things like Ready Player One, like where it's like, you know, you have crypto and everything can be like monetized.
Yeah.
And more people are trading.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. It's just like, I think about like, yeah, where is trading going? Like,
I think I get more of where you're going. I mean, I think it's just inevitably going to get bigger and bigger, dude. Like, you know, now you have this Kalshi and you have these prediction markets. Like, I just feel like, and for better or worse, I feel like the American economy is just becoming like everything is a market that can be monetized and speculated on. Like, I just feel like for better or for worse, trading is just going to be another one of those niches that just gets bigger and bigger. There was an article about prop firms in Business Insider I was just reading the other day. Apparently the prop firm industry is a $12 billion a year industry as of 2025. Don't quote me on the number. That's what Business Insider said, but like, that's a massive industry. And that's still just like a niche within a niche. Like day trading is super niche, guys. Like, and it's still a $12 billion industry. So it's only going to just get massive. And then you incorporate all the other stuff going on in the economy, like prediction markets. You can bet on the weather. It's going to be insane, I think, in another 5-10 years.
Yeah. I feel like, trading and kind of betting in general has become more accessible. Like I look at the NBA, like sports betting has gotten bigger. And yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, I think prop firm match is well positioned. Like we saw the vision for prop firms. I think it's a great idea, and I do think it's going to keep growing. So it's exciting to be, you know, in prop firm match because we're, you know, constantly keeping up with things and continuing to grow our side of things. So yeah. I don't know. I'm going off on tangents here. But.
No, it's great. It is interesting. I totally agree, man. Like people, you know, for a while when there was like a lot of the Forex prop firms were having some issues, like back in 2023. I remember a lot of people were thinking like, oh, this industry might not actually last long term. And I just feel like it's that type of FUD is just, it's impossible to believe now. It's too massive. And when you see everything else going on in the world, it's like prop firms are right on track with like the way the world is headed. It just makes perfect sense to me. It's a great industry to be in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, so people are saying, 20 years ago, there was thousands of contracts every tick. Yeah, like they would be trading like a ton of standard lots, which are bigger than minis, and like they would need to catch a tick, 5 ticks, and that was like an amazing trade because the market just didn't move the way it moves now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would read, like when I first got into trading, I would read about like the history of trading and like how they would read the tape, like it was a literal tape.
Yeah.
And this one guy who I'm going off on so many tangents this morning. This one guy, I forget his name, but he kind of got into tape reading by accident, where he was reading the tape on the floor, but only because like his boss said, "Hey, we need certain information from the tape. Can you watch the tape and give us information periodically?" And so he's like, yeah. So he started reading the tape and he started noticing patterns in the tape. And he started to being able to predict when the market was going to rally or when it was going to sell off. And after, I think probably years of doing this, he decided to put his own money. And I think he saw like the big crash, the stock market crash. Like he was able to see it, and he ended up making tons of money from that. And it's a popular story. I forget his name, but it was just, I found it really interesting.
Do you think that reading the tape is still a profitable way to like analyze markets in this day and age? Because it is so different from what it was. Like even back in the 90s, 90s, early 2000s, like all of those guys, a lot of them traded purely on the DOM and they read the tape. Especially with like individual stocks, I feel like it was a lot more like there's just less participants, so you can read the tape in a way that can actually help you predict price movement. I don't know, like I'm not saying like if somebody's making money doing it, that's great, but I don't see how you can do that in a way that's actually going to be helpful in 2025 on like the NASDAQ. It's like a never-ending amount of orders. I don't see how you can do that. What do you think though?
Yeah, I think for those who do read the tape, there's a strategy to it. Like I've never gotten into tape reading. It just, to me, it felt like too many numbers flashing at once, that I wouldn't be able to keep track. But I'm sure that when they read the tape, they just look for big orders or something at other inflection points or other confluence with the strategy they have. I never got into tape reading though. I never was super interested in it. And after using my strategy, I kind of feel like I don't need to use tape reading.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, but it's like once you find a strategy that's working for you, the goal is you don't want to keep messing with it. Like if it works, it works. Don't, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and then if you start adding things to the strategy, sometimes it'll make you overthink. Like if you start adding more things like indicators or, that's why like if you find a strategy, I would say like stick to it and find the nuances of that strategy, because that'll help you kind of like refine and journal. Like when you start journaling and start picking apart your strategy, because obviously no strategy works 100%, but you can find nuances with your strategy that can give you clues on whether something might work or might not work. So yeah.
100%. Yeah. PG contract. I feel like you nailed it here. That's you kind of explained what I was trying to get at, which is nowadays it's hard to read the tape because the whole market is run by high frequency trading algorithms. Whereas like people back in the day were reading the tape of other humans. They were like, that guy's got all these orders up here. Like maybe I can understand his psychology for why he's doing that. And I'm sure that there's ways, like there's probably strategies to read the tape in the context of understanding that it's HFTs running the markets. But I know that back in the day, that's not what it was about. It was about like, a lot of it was like game theory, Tape was just your way of reading into that.
Yeah, 100%.
We got CPI in 2 minutes, gang. Everyone said we full porting longs before CPI. Not me, dude. I should have loaded up on some more Apex accounts, some evals. I don't think I have time to do it now, so we'll probably just have fun and watch. But the next big news event, I'll try to get the other 8 accounts passed. But yes, CPI at 8:30. I did make a poll. So let's see. John, I made a poll. I just said, will CPI be bearish or bullish? So we got a bunch of people bringing this vote in now. We got over 60 votes. It's about split down the middle. 54% bearish, 46% bullish. I'm going to end the poll now. We're about to see. So we'll see who won. Here we go. 15 seconds. Is anyone in a trade right now? 3 seconds. Here we go. Ooh, big rip up. Okay. Damn. Oh my God. I could have had so many Apex accounts passed right there. We'll see if it holds. We just, from what I'm seeing, my charts, guys, we just tapped into that hourly fair value gap, which this was my overall draw on liquidity for my long idea. I just didn't want to hold into news. I was like, this is, a 1-to-1 is good enough, but this was the target. So it was this hourly imbalance right here. So now that's been met. This is really just kind of the line in the sand, I guess. So if we get above this and above the value area high, I mean, I think this could be a local bottom to like go all the way back up to the highs here over the next few days. Maybe you do get that Santa rally last minute. But if this overall zone holds as resistance, I think we can definitely just keep going lower and continue this this trend. We definitely are in a downtrend here on the 4 hour. So until we take out 503, technically we're still in a 4 hour downtrend. And I gotta say too, I gotta shout out Apex. It was my first time ever getting a payout with them, John. I haven't traded with them much in the past, and I said 2026 was going to be my year to start trading with Apex because I just think the scalability is unmatched. You can't find a better firm to scale up with 20 accounts. And a lot of people, they say like, oh, Apex, you don't know if you're going to get paid, or they have so many rules. I'm telling you right now, I followed all the rules. It really wasn't that difficult to follow the rules. It's very simple. Like, don't risk more than 30% of your account balance on a single trade. You shouldn't be doing that regardless. 30% consistency rule. And don't hit your max loss limit. Like, those are the rules. And it was no issues there. I requested the payout. It got approved in 12 hours and the money sent to me in 36 hours. Like, no issues whatsoever. So shout out Apex, man. I'm really bullish on them now. And I just think what they do is really unique. They're like, there's no other firm that does what they do, then that's their place. And I respect it because there are people who have made $1 million plus with them. So yeah, I do wish I just locked in on those 80. I think they have an 80% off promo right now, code match. And I think the PA fees are $60 with the promo. So if you guys do want to load up, get that done. I might do it later today and we'll try and get some passed. But yeah, that method where you just go long and short before news, it would have worked out beautifully right there.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of kicking myself. Probably should have done a little less talking at the beginning of the stream.
Dude, that's the like catch 22 of streaming, man. Sometimes I catch myself yapping and I miss trades all the time.
It was such a good setup that I'm looking at here. I'm like,
You want to go over it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Also, shout out Mike P. Past 550 Ks. Let's go. I'm guessing that method is that news method you said. Also, we got Josh $91 away from passing his Trade 550K account. Let's go. That is eating.
Yeah, so this is something I probably would have wanted to take. So you can see here, this is an hourly level. This was right at the beginning, like at 20 minutes ago. So this is a good confluence here. This is an hourly level. So, I didn't realize there was news, but, I could have maybe taken this here. And there was also confluence on ES where, you can see here, this is a 15-minute. And also there's some larger levels that we're trying to get to up above. So I saw this right after just now. And I'm like, dang it.
And I mean, it looks like it broke and retest that value area like perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a trade that I look for. So we got enough acceptance above this value area here. So once we pop back above it and then back test it, this is a really nice entry for me, especially on larger time frames where I just enter here, my stop goes here. And then you can see right there, that's over 100 points on NQ, which even on micros is like awesome. So yeah.
That's what we're saying about this volatility these days, chat. Like even with 2 micros, 100 points, that's what, 400 ticks? 2 micros, that's a $400 P&L swing in like a minute on 2 micros. That's the type of volatility you have these days. And I'm telling you, even 3 years ago was not like that. Like trying to catch 20 points in the Asia session was, you'd be in that trade for 4 hours, Nowadays, it's just not like that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm kind of like, I don't know what the word is, like peaked when like you just have a couple odd trading days and I'm going to try to like, assess the market well today and try not to take trades until I have A+ setup. But that was an A+ setup and I just didn't take it. So.
Yeah, but it was like right before news. So I don't know. Do you have rules for your strategy with news?
I usually don't trade news. Yeah, that's yeah. So yeah, I probably
don't either, man. I'm so over that. I used to be like always in a trade. I used to just be perpetually in a trade at all times, so I would always be holding trades through news.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works out great, other times it does not work out great, and I'd rather just wait. So I don't think you missed out on much there. Yeah, it would have worked out this time, but it's like if you do that every time there's news, it probably won't work long term. So I don't think you missed out on anything. I do think CPI days bring some of the most volatility though in the market. So I think we're gonna have a good volatile day, guys. There's gonna be opportunities for sure.
Yep, 100%.
Also, guys, remember to smash that like button. We got over 90 people watching on YouTube, just on YouTube alone, almost 100 now. So only 30 likes. When we hit 50 likes, we'll run our first giveaway. So smash that like button. Okay, let's see. Okay, I could put the screen up now and I'll do some analysis on what I think we could see today. Also, John, I don't want to, if you're, whenever you got to go, I don't want to keep you forever. So just let us know.
Yeah, I'll stick around for the analysis and then I'll hop out. I'll also let you know at the beginning of the stream. I'll set some expectations when we first start.
Yeah, no worries. Sounds good. Okay, so let me clean up. I'm going to take off these execution symbols. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay, so first off, I'm going to give you guys my volume profile levels. Previous days, value area high on the NQ. Still way above us, 25,303. Previous day's point of control is below us. It's been holding us support since the overnight session. That's coming in at 24,953. And then value area low, I don't have marked on here. And you guys probably know at this point, if the value area low is like within a few ticks of another key level, I just kind of will leave it because I just don't want to have too many levels on my chart. So yeah, it's right near the previous day's low. So previous day's low though coming in 24,886, and previous day's high all the way above us 25,507. So those are our intraday volume profile levels. This was my overall drawn liquidity in the overnight session, which is what fed my long bias. We've now filled this hourly SIBI, right? SIBI, if anyone doesn't know, stands for It just stands for bearish fair value gap. So when I say SIBI, that's what I'm saying. This bearish fair value gap has now been filled. And this is going to be our line in the sand, guys. So we still got almost, a little less than an hour until the real market opens. We're going to look for our midnight open. I'm assuming we're going to be below it, or above it, I mean. Yes. So let's mark out our midnight open. So here's the thing. Could we get a midnight retracement set up because the market is still bearish on the higher time frame? Definitely. Like, we're in a 4-hour downtrend. Just because we're pulling back up here on 8:30 news does not mean we're just going to keep ripping up. But we do have to acknowledge that on the daily chart, we're still, for the most part, bullish, but we really are coming into like a key inflection point. I'm assuming you probably agree with that, John, because right here, like, this is beginning to look like it could be a lower high into a new lower low on the daily time frame, which is very significant. So buyers are trying to step in and defend here, because if we go much lower, we're just going to elevator down, I think, down into like the 24,000s. People are going to get really, really bearish. So buyers are naturally trying to defend this overall zone. If we pull a fib from the swing low to the swing high, we tapped into below 50%. So into discount of this price leg. Also, I bet this lines up with the golden pocket. Yep. Lines up with the 61.8 like perfectly. So that's another thing. I do use the golden pocket from time to time. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement ratio. There's a lot of data behind this, but a lot of deep pullbacks tap into that 61.8-ish retracement, and they're great places to look for that trend continuation after a deep pullback. So yeah, tapped into that, into our golden pocket, and it's going higher, man. It is going higher. As far as targets, we got an hour left on this candle, so that's going to be good. 4-hour closure above 250, 25,250. I think if we get that, I think we rip up to previous day's high, because we have to keep the context that buyers are trying to defend this zone because it's a really important inflection point. But if we begin to reject, and it becomes obvious on the lower time frames, right? Maybe the 9:30 open comes in, we get something like this. We begin to chop. Maybe we get a bearish SMT divergence somewhere in here. We get an inversion to the downside. I could play this short. I could play a short here, something like this, and look for that midnight open. Or I don't even have to target the entire midnight open. I could look to target some of this imbalance and just kind of retrace that 8:30 news move. You'd have 100 points right there. So I'm going to be interested in trying to take a short here, as long as we hold this hourly bearish fair value gap. But the one other thing I want to be aware of is previous day's value area high right here at 302. We can even go up there. Remember, the only way a 4-hour fair value gap gets invalidated is if this 4-hour candle closes above it. So what that means is this candle can go higher, tap the previous day's value area high, but if it falls back into this range, into the gap before that 4-hour candle closes, we have an hour and 15 minutes left, it's still holding as resistance. There's no invalidation of the gap. So if that happens and then we get that lower time frame structure, we could just be looking at a simple 4-hour downtrend continuation, which is what happened here, right? So yeah, no hardcore bias. Like yesterday morning, John, I was like, I am bearish. I am ultra bearish this morning. We're going lower, and we just didn't get an entry, but we were right on the direction. Today, I'm less focused on one side. It's like I could see either scenario, so we just got to wait for the lower time frame structure to play out. Yeah, sorry if that was too much of a rant, guys. I got the coffee's hitting a little bit, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.
No, that's really, really nice analysis for sure. Yeah, and it could be like looking at the daily chart, it could be that we just set up an equilibrium. So like we had a lower high, lower low, could be getting another lower high into the end of the year, because it's such a wide range, right? So we could just do that for I don't see us getting back to all-time highs maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be getting ready to set ourselves into like just a daily consolidation where, we could be clearly trending on the hourly and the 15-minute day to day, but then we, from a daily perspective, we're in a range. And when we get up to the extremes of both sides of the range, we reverse, which honestly, dude, I'm all for. I love daily ranges because, again, you could really easily identify the lower time frame trend. And then when you get up towards each extreme of that range, you could confidently start looking for the reversals. Whereas when you're just clear trending, you follow the trend, but a lot of people also try to spot the reversal, and it's much harder to identify the reversal in those situations.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. John is just a chill guy.
Dude, you're like, you got that meme, that meme of he's like the dog or whatever, he's just chilling with his hands in his pockets.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it. That's what the dude is saying, because it's like that meme where it's like the guy, he's just like, yeah, I'm just a chill dude. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it any other way.
Nice. I'm just a chill guy. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, W chat. But yeah, man. I mean, that's what my analysis is. That's what I'm thinking. I just pulled a fib here, golden pocket, also lining up with that previous day's value area high. So I could see that. I could see like one more rip up at the open to at least engage this value area high, maybe tap into that golden pocket, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, if we get like a clear inversion setup, I'll smack that short for a scalp. But if we just keep ripping, then I mean, I could see it pull back up to previous day's high. The other thing is, I talk about equal highs a lot, John. We have a ton of them right here, just like a quadruple top on the hourly and the 4-hour time frame. What that tells me is just that we will and this might sound silly because it's obvious, but it just tells me we will definitely trade back up to these prices. Now, it doesn't mean I know exactly when, but when the market begins to show us, when it begins to show its hand, this is going to become a really clear magnet. That's how I trade double tops, double bottoms, equal highs, equal lows. For me, those characteristics that I'll be looking for is a market structure shift on the 4-hour time frame. So again, kind of what I just went over, 4-hour closures above this fair value gap. That'll be the first key. But then like ultimate confirmation would just be the market to take out this high and displace above, and then getting long on pullbacks. This is higher time frame ideas, but just getting long on pullbacks once we shift here, because that would create a shift in the market structure back to the upside on the 4-hour time frame. This will be the magnet for sure. This is like a clear as day magnet for me. But until we take out that swing high, there's no shift in the trend. So following trend is a little bit easier.
Nice. Yeah.
Bullish can. Look at that can. Yeah. I held on to that overnight long. How many points would that be? I got long here, guys. That would have been, if I was just a chill guy and trying to hold my long and not care, I'd be up 1,000 ticks, almost 300 points. Damn.
Yeah. I was along those lines that you mentioned yesterday, Zach, like with leaving a lot of room for your stop. Because in my mind too, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, we just had a huge dump. Like the odds of us kind of reversing here are pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe I'll follow that kind of thinking a little bit more. Yeah, because I had a 25-point stop. I didn't know if I wanted to leave more than that, but it just cut me off like low. So
yeah, well, it also depends on what your outcome or idea for the overall trade is, right? Like for scalp, you were looking for more of a scalp, so I understand the tighter stop in that sense, because you just kind of like, you want to see that trade work out. You're trading like a lower time frame idea, right? That's the idea.
Yep.
With this setup, it was more just like mean reversion, we're going to come up to this hourly gap. I feel very confident about that. So let me just use a wide ass stop. Get in at the lows, what I perceive the lows are going to be, and just let it do its thing and just take the risk. And you take the risk with small size. I traded 2 micros. I risked $350 on the trade to make 380. So just a 1-to-1. So it depends on the outcome or like what you're looking for. I was looking for something that I knew I'm going to just be in this for the next few hours and probably go to sleep with my TP and my stop loss set, you know?
Yep. Makes sense. Sounds good. I think I'll hop off now. Just watch this market rip.
Yeah, for real, just ripped. All right, man. Yeah, we will see you. Well, probably not next week. So it'll be a couple weeks till we run a stream together, most likely again. I think.
Yeah, maybe in 2026.
2026, I think. Yeah, first week of January is what we're talking about.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thanks, everyone. See you in 2026. It's been a great year.
Sir.
Yeah, it's a great start to the stream this year. And look forward to 2026 for sure.
Oh, yeah, man. We got big things planned for 2026. That's for sure.
100%.
All right, John. All right, we'll talk to you later, bro.
Thanks,
Peace.
everyone. Yep. See ya. Bye.
W's in the chat for our boy John. Oh. See you next year. Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. I'm sure I'll talk to John before I take my break. So I didn't do a whole like have a great Christmas because, you know, I'm sure I'll speak with him before that. Yeah, we can get a giveaway going. I'm sure we got 50 likes now. 115 people watching. That's what's up before the open. Let's go. Yeah, we can run the giveaway. Look at this freaking move, man. Damn. My long looks pretty silly now. My long looked really fire before that hourly candle. It was like, okay, cool. Nice exit, bro. Like now it looks like it. Come on. Why didn't you just hold that bad boy or just trail your stop aggressively? You know what I mean? I think maybe I should start doing that. I think I should start like on days where I see the news coming. If I get an overnight long and I'm in like 400 ticks of profit, maybe I should just trail the stop aggressively, see if I can catch that news momentum. You know what I mean? Okay, giveaway. Yes. Okay, stop begging. Don't beg me for the giveaway. We're gonna run the giveaway. I'm just kidding. But all right, guys. So we're gonna try out something a little bit new. We're gonna try this out. And I want to get your guys' feedback. If you don't like it, we're going to go back to the way we've been doing it because honestly, we don't have any issues with the way we've been doing it. But this is just something we're going to try. So I want to get your honest feedback. You still need to be part of the Prop Firm Match Discord. So go to the comments, top of the chat, click the Discord invite link. If you're new, join our Discord. And I'll show you guys what to do. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad. I think it would be more organized if we do it in this new way that I'm going to explain. But I just feel like I'm going to have to repeat myself a lot to people. Like I think all these people are going to do this wrong. I think we're already having issues with it. Let's read it and let's try. Let's see. So this is the idea. We will be having a new system of entering the live stream giveaway. Kindly read carefully the instructions below. Here's how to enter the giveaway in 3 super easy steps. Step 1, type the / command. So / enter code. This is what you have to type. / enter code. Step 2, add the code word. I haven't given a code word yet, so. But when I give you the code word, you're going to do it. Here's his example. If the code word is Luna Trades, you type / enter code Luna Trades. Send it. Please enter and you're done. Your username will be registered automatically. So, okay. But see, these people are like, people just really, I think I'm just going to have to like, this is why I'm a little not bullish on this because I think it's great. It's a great idea to keep things organized for us. But like, I don't trust, no offense, chat. I don't trust the chat to like figure this out. And I don't want to have to like repeat myself a million times to you guys. So yeah. Let's see. Like, I don't think this is working. When you do it like that didn't work. You have to do it like this. / enter code. You go in here. Guys, I also haven't even given the code word yet. For the record. But okay, we're going to make it John. But you do it like that. See, that's how you do it. So I just recorded my name. You guys doing it like this, it's not working. This is why I don't know if I want to do this. All right, guys, type the word John to enter the giveaway. Yeah, I guess you're right. If the people can't follow simple directions, I know. I feel like Josh helped us with that Google sheet, and it's been working great. Like, okay, I don't know if these are being counted. That's the thing. I don't think these people are being counted, and I think that's the problem. Let's just try it this one time, guys. So go to the pinned post. Is it in here too, the announcement? No. I see. I don't trust the chat to do this. Anyone watching, we're running a giveaway. This is what you got to do. Type this / enter code John. I'll show you again. You go in here, you go / enter code, and then you click on this. You click on it, and then you type in the code John. Okay? So that's what you got to do. No one is doing it right. I know. I don't know if we're going to stick with it. We're trying it once or twice for today. He's the only day I'm going to win due to less people. Yeah. No, don't worry. I have a way of getting all the people that did it right. That's the point. So you're not going to see like all the entries inside Discord. Let me see. I'll check how many valid entries we have so far. That's a good thing to pay attention to. That's true. Let me look at that. Hold on, low key. I got to remember what I have to do. I have to do / something. Hold on, I just got to get used to it. / Wait, did I even create a code? I don't even know if I created a code. Copy. Oh, I don't even have admin permission to do this. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna have to do it the regular way. I don't have the credentials to do what we need to do, so we'll try it again later. Hold on. Okay. AJ, if you're watching, I don't have admin permissions to get the list or to create a code myself. You'll need to give me the admin permissions. I got to get admin permissions. I want to see if I get them. If AJ gets back to me, we'll still try it on this because he did create the code. So I want to try once. I'm going to give him a second. If he gives me the permissions in like 1 minute, we'll do it this way. If not, I'm going to do it we're going to do it the regular way in a second because I don't want to waste time. Okay. All right. We're going to do this one the regular way. So let's redo this, guys. Everybody, just real simply type the word John. Type John to enter. Type John underneath my name to enter. We're going to do this first one the regular way. Thank you. Okay, cool. There we go. It's okay. I mean, honestly, even if people weren't figuring it out, I didn't have the permissions necessary to like make it work. So we're going to do it this way first, the regular way. Guys, till 9:03. 9:03. We bullish. Yeah, I think we rip up to the value area high at least, and then we'll see about getting a mean reversion play, or we just gonna rip today. I think it could be a crazy bullish day. Market is currently up. NQ's up 1.3% before the open. ES is up 0.8%. 0.8% before the open. It's pretty bullish. Accounts being given today. Shout out to our sponsors, Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, and Aqua Futures. Did you guys see that Top One Futures was given, what is it? Best new prop firm. Wait, let me go here. They won best new futures prop firm. So shout out to Top One Futures, man. I'm trying to find it. Here we go, right here. The award for new futures prop firm goes to Top One Futures. This title is based on the choices of over 2 million traders on Prop Firm Match in 2025, factoring in data such as visits, reviews, and challenge purchases. Congratulations. Bang. Let's go. WTLF. Mustang Trader just got a top one account 5 minutes ago. Let's go. Can you explain what the point of control is? Yeah, I'll explain that real quick and then I'll collect the names for the giveaway. So, point of control is a level that we use in regards to the volume profile. Volume profile is a way to look at the market's volume from a horizontal axis as opposed to vertical volume bars. Okay, you get to see the actual volume at specific prices. So the indicator I used is called the session volume profile. Boom, it plots out the volume profile for each trading day automatically. There are three components of a volume profile: the value area high, the value area low, and the point of control. Let's use this one. This is a good example of one. This shaded portion right here on these horizontal bars, this is your value area. This is where the most volume was transacted for the overall range for that day. There are three levels that make up the value area. The value area high, which would be right here. The value area low, which would be right here. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It is the top of the shaded portion of the range and the bottom of the shaded portion of the range. And the next level, which is what you asked, is the point of control. That's this red line right here. The point of control is the exact price that had the most volume conducted for that entire trading day or for that entire profile that was pulled. So this is the level with the most volume. That's what the point of control is in a nutshell. I do have a ton of videos on this stuff, guys. If you want to go to my YouTube, I have a lot of free content about volume profile and about ICT. So I'll link it in there. Shameless plug. There you go. Let's go back to the markets. Still ripping up. Look at that. Damn. All right, let's collect these names real quick. Okay, I got it going. Getting the list right now, chat. Go. Okay. This is coming right now, gang. All right, got my list. See, nice and easy. I feel like what we have is really not too bad, but we're going to try that other one out once I get permission. We'll try the other way out. Okay. Y'all ready, chat? Go. No, I did not catch the CPI pop. I wish I did, man. No trades for me for CPI. Let's change the music a little bit, maybe. All right, let's do it. Ready? All right, money. Money. First winner. First winner of the giveaway. Find you on Discord real quick and we'll get that going. Let's run it again. New one. Samar 143. Shout out. Let's do this. Let me get your name. I'm going to show you guys how to claim your accounts. All right. For the record, anyone new that's watching, here at Prop for Match TV, we give away 12 accounts per day. So on average, 60 accounts per week. So if you didn't win this time, don't worry. You still got multiple chances. I'll usually give away 2 or 3 at a time, and we run like 4 to 6 giveaways. So we do 4 to 6 lists. You're going to have multiple opportunities to enter. So stay tuned. But that's going to be our first 2 giveaways of the day. And guys, for anyone that doesn't know how to claim your account, I'm going to show you right now. You're going to go here to PFM Support on X. Okay, so go to PFM Support on X. Then I'll link this in the chat for you. All you got to do is shoot them over a DM. Send them proof of your Discord handle, and they'll get you hooked up with your account. And usually it takes 1 to 2 business days. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll keep it going. I still got 10 accounts to give away throughout the day. So we got a lot. We got a lot. How many likes we got so far? Only 66. We got 120 people watching. We'll run another giveaway when we hit 80 likes. So smash that like button. We'll get more giveaways going before the open, hopefully. And we have TMadeAlex coming on real soon. Real soon. Shout out TMadeAlex. Damn, Samar caught CPI buys on your fundeds. Let's go. And you just won an account. That's what's up. Yeah, smash that like button. Guys, what we're going to do, I'm going to take a quick 60-second coffee break. Get ready to gear up for TMadeAlex to come on. Should we run? Oh, you know what? Let me give 1 more account away now. Let's do 1 more. We'll keep the same list that we have. So we'll keep that same list. Just stay tuned. When I get back, I will run 1 more giveaway with that list. So don't go anywhere. Be right back, and we'll announce the last winner of this particular giveaway. So stay tuned. Sorry about that. Wait there, chat. We're back. We're back. It's going. All right, there we go. We got TMadeAlex coming on real soon. He'll be on at 9:30 sharp. How we doing? Told us to wait for 1 minute and he's gone. Sorry, bro. Sometimes things come up. I had to take care of a few things behind the scenes. Right? It's how it goes sometimes. Why can't CPI move the market? I think it did move the market. You're crazy, bro. Are you looking at the same market as me? NQ is ripping to the upside ever since CPI. Yeah, I need that extra light. Yeah, hope you guys forgive me. It's all right, General Zach. Thank you. All right. We can do one more giveaway with that pinwheel. And then we'll get ready for the markets. I still got this list, so. Let's do it. Deepak. I feel like he's won before, but I don't think he's won this week. Deepak, 24,801. Congrats. Carlos, you just missed it then. Don't worry, bro. I'm not missing. People's names are not missed. Like we don't miss names with the new Google sheet. So you were either late. Yeah, you were probably late. This is the same list as before. I haven't changed anything. So let me find bro on Discord. Yeah, chat. We got to hit 150 likes again today for show. We're already almost at 100. We haven't even had the open yet. All right, we're going to get ready for these charts in a second. All right, that'll do it for now. We'll get ready to do another list soon. And I just got word back from AJ Armad. We're going to stick to the way we've been doing it. And we might try that new way tomorrow. But today we're just going to do it the way we've been doing it. We have a good Google sheet. Like everything works fine now. So yeah, man, we're still ripping. I mean, we're definitely going to hit that previous day's value area high. That's where I'll be watching. I think once we hit that, if we do get some mean reversion, you could potentially see a midnight retracement setup, but also on like a CPI day after the market really sold off the day prior, and then we've been grinding our way back up. This happens a lot, right, chat? We'll have like a big sell-off, and then the market just retraces it within a day or two. That's U.S. stock indexes for you. So be careful of that. Like if there's a day that the midnight retracement setup might not work out perfectly, it could be a day like today. So I don't want to be overly short biased at all. I'm still kind of neutral because I also don't want to get long up here. That's for sure. See if there's some key fair value gaps in here to pay attention to. It's really going to be this 15-minute, this CPI 15-minute BISI buy-side fair value gap, right? You get back below this, so closure below like 119. I think you're looking for lower prices, but that doesn't have to happen, right? 5-minute gap. This could be like your quicker, easier fair value gap to focus on, but it will be lower probability. Would be this one. You can see the market tried to inverse it, but it came up, held as support, ripped higher. If you're more of an aggressive shorter, you don't want to wait for too much confirmation, a short on an inversion here to fill the imbalance could be a good setup. Go to midnight. But that would only be if you get that inversion, right? That's why we trade inversions. Trading is hard. Don't make giveaways hard, Zach. I mean, the way we have it is easy now. Yeah, I get what you're saying. We'll see. We'll see. What I'll be watching for is if like the market prints any kind of SMT divergence, which we don't have yet. ES is also coming up towards its previous day's value area high. You got this 15-minute SIBI right here. Again, this is going to be your line in the sand for shorts and longs. So let's see. What do you think, chat? Open bullish or bearish? You know what, chat? Let's do one more giveaway now. I want to make one more espresso real quick, low key, before Alex gets on. Let's pull up Discord. We're going to run one more giveaway. So go to Discord, type TMade to enter the giveaway. Go ahead, type TMade underneath my name inside of Discord, our regular way to enter the giveaway. Just like that. Perfect. All right, get those entries in. I'm going to be right back. I'll be back. Last time I said 60 seconds. I'll actually be back in like 60 to 90 seconds this time. So be right back. All right. Told you we'd be back quick on that one. Quick. All right, chat. 9:30. We just ripped up. Ripped back to the upside. God damn. Looks like it will close the hourly FVG. Yeah. Up and down bearish. Look at this, chat. Yeah, ES. Let's see if it closes. You got 12 minutes left on this candle, so you do got some time. By the way, here's that email from Apex. They sent out my money for my payout on my 12 accounts within... Like, I requested the payout on Tuesday, and money's been sent by Thursday night. Really 12:59 a.m. So pretty much Wednesday night. So about 24 hours for them to send the money after me requesting my payout. Shout out Apex, bro. People say they're slow. I'm not experiencing that just yet. I haven't seen them be slow. They've been very, very quick. I got no complaints so far from Apex. It's been a solid experience. Yes, sir. W's. I want to see what NQ's looking like. A bit more wiki, but still looking bullish. Yeah, that hourly Bissy, we got to see, or Sibby, we got to see if that closes. Last line of defense, you got this Sibby right here, right? Code to enter the giveaway is TMade. So maybe I should collect these entries so I have them ready. I kind of want to focus on the markets, but you know. Maybe I'll collect these names now so we can get that over with. And then we'll focus on trading. I don't like to trade the first 15 minutes of the open anyway. Yeah, we'll do like half, and then I'll get the rest in a second. Remember, you can still get that midnight retracement set up. I'm going to collect the rest of the names right now. You guys got maybe 10 more seconds to enter. All right, that's it for the names. Get this done real quick. All right, that's it for the names, gang. I'm collecting the list right now. All right, that's it. But we're gonna run the giveaway later, in a little bit of time. So stay tuned. I want to focus on charts right now because it's 9:30. Last guy to enter was Kazuya. Haya. That was the last person to enter. There's been a few more entries after that, but they were late. So, you know, that's just how it goes. And we got Alex here. Yo.
What's up, bro? You hear me?
Yes. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Chilling. I'm in Miami, man.
I was gonna say I see a change of scenery right here. It looks sunnier.
Yeah, dude. We're in Miami today, spending the holidays here with some family, with the girlfriend. Life is good, man. Can't complain right now.
Dude, you got out of New York just in time, bro. Especially you upstate. We've been getting snow.
Bro, I know. Literally the day that I was on the road, because I drove down here because I have my dog with me. So the day I was on the road, I saw the pictures of all the snow, and I was like, we just missed it. Like, I was actually pretty happy about it.
That's wild. I mean, I'm kind of jealous, but at the same time, I do love snow in New York City. You know what I mean? It's nice around the holidays. But what temperature is it over there? You're in Miami, so you're deep south.
Yeah, I'm deep south right now. It is, it's warm, man, but not too bad actually. It's been pretty good. It's like 70s, low 70s, pretty much the whole time I've been here so far.
Yeah, bro.
Pretty
Yeah,
nice.
that's amazing. I got a bunch of family in Tampa. So yeah, I'm down in Florida quite a bit. Yeah, it's New York shit, man. Half of New York lives in Florida as well.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. Pretty much Florida and New York are like one, right? This is like where people come, like people were moving here during the pandemic, and it just became crazy out here.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I even lived in Florida myself for a couple of years before the pandemic.
You got family here? Or all the families in New York?
I mean, all my family is, we're all from New York, but my sisters started it because they went down there for school, and then they stayed because they just liked it over there in the Tampa area. And then my mom went down. Like, my whole family's down there now, bro. They left us all here in New York City.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
They know it's right. They know it's right.
You think you would move down?
Back to Miami? I don't know. I lived here my whole life.
Oh, you're from there. I keep forgetting. You're from there.
Yeah. I'm from here. So basically, I grew up here, and then when I turned 27, I moved to New York, and I've been there for 12 years now.
Okay.
So yeah.
I feel like once you're in New York for a decade, you get honorary New Yorker. You know what I mean? If you made it a decade, you're good enough.
Also, dude, I also did the pandemic, so.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, and you stayed.
Exactly.
That's some real New York
and
shit.
I stayed, which is exactly.
Bro, what
I'm kind of bummed out that we missed this short.
I'm know, dude.
Out, so I've been looking for. I don't know if you were looking for the same thing, but I was looking for this 4 hour. That was.
You want to get your screen up? Show us what you're. Show us what you're looking at.
Show you guys. Yeah, I can definitely show you guys.
Yeah, Chad. I think we're gonna get this 5-minute inversion, and this could be my midnight mechanical model. Could be playing out here. So keep an eye on it.
So my short already happened at a little earlier because I would have just taken the woman on this. It just didn't tap that. Yeah, you see that you have that 4 hour drawn out too. It looks like.
Yeah, I think this was an hourly that I was looking at, but same idea. Okay. I'm sure it's in the same zone.
Yeah, they're both together.
Yep, same. Pretty much exactly the same.
4 hour and a 15-minute, dude. And we did not tap it. Like what? And sometimes I won't take the inversion at the open like this if we haven't tapped it in case we go back for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's the only thing, bro. So we're kind of in a tough spot right here, right? Because I could see both scenarios where we put in a local bottom from where we dropped to yesterday, but I could also see us just continuing this trend. I like the idea of trading down to midnight. So we did just get the 5-minute inversion. So what I could show you guys, I think we just lost Alex, by the way, guys, but no worries. This would be the midnight mechanical model playing out in real time. So we can see if it works. Again, you can either look for 0.5R, which will be right here, or you look for at least a 1-to-1, or you look for down to midnight, depending on how confident you are, right? So we'll see if this plays out. I am not in this trade yet, and here's Alex.
Yo, my bad.
No
so yeah, let me see if I can share my screen real quick.
Erkan shorted that. Erkan, did you short the 5-minute inversion, or you took a short scalp and you're already in and out? This is technically a valid setup. Like, this is my mechanical midnight model in real time. So we'll see if it plays out. I'm not in it though, because I just feel weird about bias.
Wait, I don't know if hold on. Okay. Let's see if this works here.
Yeah, I think yep, that works. Yep. And Alex, can you just rant real quick? I'll be right back. I see you grab something.
Yeah, I got you. No worries. Yeah, guys. So basically, I usually don't trade till after 10, right? I like to wait for the market to kind of tell me what it wants to do. But when I see an A+ setup, I definitely want to get into it. For me, an A+ setup is number one. We've moved extremely higher. Like we've just been completely ripping it from the open. I mean, we kind of chopped around in Asia, so we accumulated. London, I thought was going to manipulate. Maybe we would see a New York continuation, but instead we're just chopping and getting higher. We do got a lot of liquidity here, down here at these areas. So you would naturally be looking for a pushback down. Also, midnight open here, something to just note. We barely put in a lower wick on midnight. Now, that's the thing that kind of trips me out is when I see that we barely put anything under midnight and we just start chopping higher, but then you have SMT with ES, right? So ES takes the low, the daily low, and NQ doesn't. So now you have these conflicting kind of ideas. You're like, well, I want us to come back down because we have a lot of liquidity there, but we also have that SMT. It's a daily SMT. So, how much room does this really have? You know what I mean? To the downside. So I knew we would get a pullback here. The shitty part is we obviously didn't get the pullback I wanted to see from the area I wanted to see. I would have 1 minute. I would have taken a 1 minute inversion off of this. Anywhere in this area, I would have taken it. This is also 0.62 to 0.79, so it's kind of that golden pocket that ICT talks about, and that's of previous daily low and previous daily high. So I usually fib out the previous daily low, previous daily high candle, because that new candle is going to trade into those areas, and I want to see what price is doing, right? So this would have been
Interesting. Wait, so you pull a fib from just the previous day's high and low, and you're just looking for that range, no matter where.
Exactly. So most people don't.
I like that.
They use. Yeah, most people will just like use like the low to the
They
high
look
of
for-
the current move.
Yes. Yeah. That's interesting, bro.
I like to fib out the day before, because if you're looking at short, like if you have a short bias, you don't really want to see price trading above 50% of yesterday's price. You know what I mean? Because that starts to show that bulls are willing to pay higher prices. You know what I mean? And they don't care where price is. Because essentially anything under 50% of the previous day is discount for a buyer, right? Anything above that, you're paying higher prices. So that's kind of how I look at it for me. So I fib it out. So here we go. And this is why this is an A+ setup for me. I don't trade till 10, but I would have taken this live with you guys if it would have tapped in there, because you've got the golden pocket 0.62, 0.79 on the fib from previous day. You've got the 4 hour, 1 hour, and a 15-minute. I mean, you got a stacked amount of sellers sitting there, right? And then one little trick that people don't know that I have here is I have this little thing that says 1 day plus D. That is your distribution and manipulation for the daily candle based on like 600 sessions. So when price reaches like this 1 day manipulation area, right? Or this 1 day manipulation down here. So what I want to see is I want to see midnight open, and I want to see price run to a manipulation either to the upside or to the downside. And then I want to see some sort of higher time frame inversion from those areas. So if I can get a 3 minute or a 5 minute from those areas, that's going to be a pretty solid indication that we should reverse, because that's the manipulation of the daily candle. So if we would have opened here, chopped down into this area, like these 24,800 area, and then had some sort of 5 minute inversion out of here, we probably could have just rolled this up all day back into most likely either the next manipulation or the distribution. And as you can see here, we opened, right? So midnight opens, doesn't really manipulate into where I want to see it, and it just kind of rides all the way up into its daily distribution. So technically, this is where the candle over a certain amount of years and data, this is where the candle should distribute to.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I have that sitting in an area where we have stacked fair value gaps like BISIs, and then we have the fib kind of telling us this is where price should turn around, it's just an easy short. We just, it's hard for me to take that first 1 minute inversion when we didn't really tap into it, because we've seen that happen so many times. You're in that short and then one more sweep before we continue lower.
Now, what do you think about right now? Are you looking more short continuation down to midnight, or are you thinking we whip back up from here? I'm pretty torn, man. I will tell you guys, I did just set a sell limit for 25,230. Just 2 micros. I'm already up pretty nice on Apex for the day, so I'll risk a little bit of the profit and see if this works out. If I even get a fill, I'm hoping for a retest of that 5 minute inversion. So we'll see.
Yeah, so my bias is bullish, man, right now. It's bullish because here's the only thing I would say, okay? The reason why I'm bullish is if you look on the higher time frame, like let's just go to like a 4 hour, for example, here. We came down into this 4 hour low, this 4 hour bullish gap, so a BISI, and we basically held, right? And we had 2 targets that I was looking for yesterday. I was looking for this daily low. This is not previous day low, but this is like a daily low from a while ago. This is from November 25th. So I was looking for that low to get taken inside of this 4 hour. Buyers did not want us to get down there. I mean, they missed it by, 40 points or so. And then I have this daily volume imbalance sitting down here, which is a magnet for price usually, right? So when we come down in this area and we don't, and yesterday, just so you guys know, yesterday was an inversion of this daily gap, right? Like this daily, these candles closed below this. So either we're coming up to retest this daily gap, like if I go to the daily, you'll see it. Either we're coming up to retest this daily fair value gap that closed bearish, and then we're going to continue lower, or we're going to move back up into somewhere in here, right? So I'm not really sure yet, but if I start to see price moving lower, then I have my targets. I have them set for that daily volume balance. If I start to see price continuing higher, then I know most likely we're going to try to reach up in here. But yeah, I mean, if you look at this, right, on the daily, you kind of have a head and shoulders here. Not that I trade head and shoulder, but you do have something like this happening here. So I don't know.
So guys, I will let you know. I did get filled on my short. Again, I'm looking for a scalp. Hopefully, we'll see if this gets filled. I'll go to my screen real quick.
I think you can run this thing all the way down to at least 140. That's VWAP. So I think we
just got filled. I'm already out on the scalp. We just got filled. That was about 27 points. So not bad. Just adding to my profit. We're up 500 times 12 accounts on Apex. This is after the payout. So we're getting our balance back up after that payout, which is nice.
Did you short that off that 5 minute?
Yeah, I'll show exactly. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I set a limit order at 25,230. I'll show the executions.
Yeah.
So right here. So this is that 5 minute inversion that we were talking about. I just put a limit order in there at 230. Now hard stop was up here. I wouldn't let it go all the way up there. I'd probably have cut it if it went like 30 points against me. But yeah, just looking, I looked for, I did 150 ticks. So almost 1-to-1. Yeah.
Can I tell you what else is sitting there?
Yeah.
50% of that daily fib, bro. So we broke through 50%. We retested, rejected straight down to VWAP here at those 140s. So that was a beautiful trade.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that was beautiful, and it's off this daily that I was talking about. That daily that we had inversed. So again, is it a test of this? You know how we like to go back and retest stuff. So
base hits, baby. I'm gonna go back to your screen now, and we'll see what you're looking at.
No, I was just saying. So basically, what I'm seeing here is that we push back into this daily fair value gap, right? This is a inverse fair value gap from yesterday. So I was saying, like, either we're coming in to retest this, right? Because if you look at it on the daily chart, we closed through it pretty strongly. I mean, look at this candle. This candle closes through this thing like no tomorrow. So, is this a retest of the daily fair value gap that we close through, and then we come down and get this daily volume imbalance? That's kind of maybe something that could play out.
Yeah.
But I do love the short you just took, because as soon as we invalidated so here's the fib. This is the daily fib, right? So here's your previous day high, previous day low. Here's 50%. There's your golden pocket that I was talking about. Once we sold through 50%, that retest there with that 5 minute gap is also like confluence to short. You know what I mean? So that's
and just for expecting at least 25 to 30 points in your direction, just based off the volatility, like just pure volatility, being able to scalp 20 points. Not necessarily, 100%. Not necessarily looking for like the entire move to change and go back down to midnight. But yeah,
I was gonna say, like, you're not looking for that midnight. Can you get it? Fuck, maybe. But
it's possible. I mean, I love my midnight retracements, man. You have a roughly 70% of the time that it does retrace, so I love using that, and I love
where's your POC data today?
POC, good question. POC is down at 24,953. The thing is, we've already engaged it because the market opened around there. So technically, as long as we're above it, that's another way that you can remain bullish biased overall.
Yeah, because basically that's where all the price was, action was, and so if we're above that, they probably bought the price, obviously. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And for me, that 15-minute bullish gap that we made on the CPI prints, I see you got it marked off as well. I just feel like that's your main line in the sand right now for the morning session. Like, if that holds, stay bullish, look for higher prices. But if you do get that inverse, you could be looking at a change in the trend.
Yeah, kind of kicking myself, man. That short up here would have been
beautiful inversion play. Yeah.
Bro, you're 100 points or so already. Sadly. Yeah. And you also have this 15-minute gap, which, a lot of times, I don't know, there's certain traders out there, I've done it before, they target those gaps, right?
Oh, dude, I love targeting 15-minute unmitigated gaps, man, all day.
I mean, it's a hack, man. People that can find inversions to target those. I mean, here on the right-hand side, I got the 15-minute chart. So as soon as I would have seen, look, just so you see how this plays out here, look at this. On the right-hand side, see that wick there? Yeah. That's that 15-minute candle wick that sends us into the 15-minute gap that's right here. But if you look at the 1 minute inversion, look at where it sits. It sits inside of that 15-minute wick. So essentially, anytime I'm targeting a 15-minute gap, I want to get in the 15-minute candle that sweeps, and I want to look for the inversion to be inside that wick, because then I could trade the body into that gap. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is A+ as hell. I try to find reasons not to trade until after 10, just because that's kind of where the model that I trade is.
Yeah, no, I get it, dude. I get it.
But sometimes, man, you just got to take the trades you got to take. You know what
I mean? Yesterday was a good example of that, right? Like, we just ripped from the moment the market opened down to lows. And I was talking about it on stream before the open. I was saying, guys, I am nothing but bearish today. Like, I want shorts. And we just couldn't get an entry, you know, because it just kept going lower. There was just no retracement worthy of taking. Just a lot of momentum. Yeah. So it happens from time to time, but for the most part, if you wait that first 15 minutes, it's usually the safer option.
Yeah, I mean, we should talk about this December. I mean, you know, I had an incredible October. I had an incredible November, dude. I mean, we fucking crushed it. Jacob's up over 400K in the last like 4 months, man, and I went on my 35K 34-day run. And then December just came, and it has been a battle. I mean, I have been wrestling with these markets, man. You know, and it's
many such cases, many people have been, including myself.
Yeah. And a lot of people have talked about it, right? And I think that's the cool thing about the space is some people are honest. They talk about this kind of stuff, and I'm pretty transparent. So is Jacob. We tell, you know, we share when we lose, when we win, everything, because I think it's important to do that. And yeah, I got my ass kicked Monday. Or maybe it was Tuesday. What today's Thursday?
We were talking
Tuesday,
about that, right?
Kicked, man. Yeah, we were chatting about it, man. I got my ass handed to me. It did not feel nice. I'll tell you that. But I think it was a wake up call that I needed. I was really confident in the way we were trading. And then I think the markets just have to come and kind of remind you, like, you know, your shit might work, you might be crushing it, but every now and then, man. And I had done, you know, we had done all this research, and the last 3 years, what I witnessed the last couple of days had only happened one time. So
really,
you know, yeah, for our model, it had only happened one time in 3 years. So, you know, what are the odds that 4% is the 4% chance? There's a 4% chance that our model just doesn't play out. Really, like, there's not a 4%. Like, we can always break even on a trade and just not get the trade, but there's a 4% chance that we really it just completely fucking shits the bed, right? And it was like back to back, like Friday, Monday, like it was back to back like 3 days in a row, and we hadn't seen that kind of data. So I think a lot of people get scared and they abandon their models, and they switch to something else, and you know, whatever the hell. Yeah, and I'm gonna be a big advocate here to say, don't do that, guys. If you have an edge, like, don't do that, because you might switch to something that might work, and then it's not gonna work, and then you're gonna go back to yours, and then maybe when you go back to yours, that's not working for that, you know, that day, and then you just get into this loop where like everything fucking doesn't work, you know?
Dude, so many people, you know what it is though? I think a lot of newer traders, they don't even know if the model they're using does work, because, you know, if you've been trading 1 or 2 years, you're probably not profitable yet. Even if you do have a decent model, you don't know. So it's really hard to trust anything. So you start losing 3, 4, 5 days in a row, you go, this doesn't work. That's where your brain goes. So those first couple of years are so tough because you don't know if they're like, am I strategy hopping or do I have to change something, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the first few years are going to be rough no matter what, unless you're Jacob.
Exactly.
You just get, you know, you just get a complete golden ticket to the moon. But yeah, dude, the first year should be honestly about, I think it should be, I mean, listen, some people might disagree with me, but I think the first year should definitely be about strategy hopping.
Yes,
you need to figure out what works for you, man. Like, you know, I think that whole entire year needs to be a wash. It needs to be like trying everything, losing a lot, you know, figuring out what emotions you have, like what kind of person you are, because the markets are going to show you what kind of person you are. Are you greedy? Are you confident? Are you, you know, super emotional? Build up data and back test till your eyes bleed. I agree with that. No, I agree with that 100%.
Dude, how many models did you hop to? Like, how many trading strategies did you try out?
I'll be honest, man. So
I
started trading supply and demand because I think that's kind of the basic that everybody starts trading, right? And then I started trading Bookmap. I was a Bookmap trader for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did Bookmap for a few months. Honestly, had some success. Like I did have some success with Bookmap, but there was something about when I learned ICT that, like, understanding price action from an ICT perspective, whether it works or not for some people, I think gave me this edge where it was like, I'm not just looking at a line on a chart where liquidity should be, but I understand why candles are printing the way they are. Does that make sense? Like, most people are looking for level 2 data, and I find it so much more interesting to find out why these candles are doing what they're doing without looking behind the scenes, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I love like the order blocks and the change state deliveries and all these kind of things that that ICT kind of gives you, or that style gives you. So yeah, but like, you and I have talked about it. I think the real golden ticket is ICT mixed with something else.
Yes,
that's
completely
how I
agree with
feel,
that.
to be honest.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Like ICT with one other thing, whether that's VWAP like you use, or volume profile like I use, or Bookmap. I do know people who use Bookmap with ICT.
Oh yeah.
And that can make perfect sense too, because the Bookmap kind of follows certain principles the same way. Like you're looking at the concept of liquidity and stop orders, stop hunts, whatever you would want to call it. So it can make sense. But I do think complementing ICT with one other thing is key.
Yeah, so I'll share this with you. I'm working on something. I'm working on a couple other things. You see, we have our Jacob and Alex indicator here, but I am working on the idea of using these volume bubbles into ICT and into the strategy. So once we're running through a ton of back testing data right now to figure out how I can use it. But
so that's a new trading view feature, right?
It's just an indicator. It's an indicator that we built out. That we
okay, you guys, okay, got you.
Yeah, it takes cumulative volume delta, so CVD, and what it does is it just puts it into kind of like a easier way to digest it. So instead of seeing volume bars at the bottom or looking at numbers in the level 2, I can see when there's big orders. So I could see that they smashed big orders up here, okay. And obviously we see that there are a lot of buyers here, but there was no continuation. So what I know is that there's a seller that absorbed all of that, right? Yes. There's a passive seller absorbing that whole entire move. So so you can just visually see kind of what's happening. And so since I'm kind of a momentum or a continuation trader, I would say, this can help with just understanding, all right, am I with the move, right? Like, are we actually breaking out, or is this a fake out? You know what I mean? Or whatever. So so we're testing it to see how it can play out, and figuring out what the right amount of volume you want to see. Like, there are certain things that you can put where it only shows you like institutional orders because they're so big that it has to be an institutional player. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So we're in the beginning stages. And then I'll also share one more thing with you that we're playing around with. Actually, I do not have it on here, but it's the idea. It's the same kind of idea, but below the chart here. And instead of bubbles, it uses candles. But it's so basically I can find a divergence between a breakout or continuation where price is continuing on the chart, but then the data, like the volume isn't, right? Like the volume is decreasing. And so that kind of tells me
a volume divergence between the price and the volume.
Looking for divergences, 100%, looking for divergences. So we're playing with the idea of volume with the model we already trade. And so these are things, I don't even think Jacob knows that I'm doing this, but these are things that I'm constantly throwing darts at the board with one of my other guys on our team. And we're looking at, because like I said, I believe ICT with other things is the way to go. And we have a model, but I think maybe there's one more thing that can like help bulletproof this even more, right? So we're looking at a lot of things, and I think volume is that next thing that we haven't really dived into, that we're just trying to get an idea about. You know what I mean?
I love that. And yeah, there's so many different tools to measure volume. Like I use volume profile, but that's still a big, that's utilizing volume. There's Bookmap. There's with those volume bubbles, because I'm interested. Are you pulling that indicator to a certain area to analyze it, or is it automatically printing those bubbles wherever there's high volume?
It's automatically printing those bubbles where there's high volume. You don't see any bubbles here because there was no real volume here. So this was just nothing, right? 9:30 opens, that's where all of the buyers and sellers come in, right? They wrestle at the open here, so you see it. And then you can see that in this entire move, there's sellers. There's selling pressure here. But then as we get to the bottom here, there's no more pressure, right? And then there's not really any big buyers here. So what that tells me is that most likely this entire move was actual buyers absorbing all of this, right? So that's why you don't see any big green bubbles here, because you would see, like, if someone just stepped on it at the end here, you would see us getting absorbed here, or it would be one massive red bubble that then just shoots higher. But
Yeah.
what I'm seeing here on this is just basically a bunch of sellers that most likely getting absorbed by passive buying. Most likely they're getting absorbed by a bunch of passive buyers, and that's why we're getting this like kind of like choppy move back up, and nothing explosive. Because in order for it to be explosive, you need to have someone needs to be squeezed, right? So I like to see like a big area here and then another really big area here, because then what you see is once price gets back like in this area, we just squeezed everybody here, and then you can see a push higher pretty quickly, right?
So that price leg the price leg we currently are on that is currently going higher, is it because there's no volume bubbles? Is it telling you it's a low volume move up?
Exactly.
Interesting. And how could you use that information? Would that tell you to fade that move up and actually go for shorts, or is it like
so you can either fade the move, right? But what I would do is just wait to see what happens here, because here I know 100% is not only is that obviously there's this inversion here, that 1 minute inversion that we should reject, but this is where the move this is where the move first started, right? And we know 100% visually that there's a extremely massive passive seller here absorbing all of these buy orders, and like you can't see it, but there are numbers below these bubbles, right? Those are, you can see 7.4k, like it gives you the amount of volume that is transacted in those bubbles, and you can see that these bubbles are bigger than any of these, you know what I mean? So there's a massive seller.
Very interesting.
So a lot of times if you're, let's say you have a bearish bias right now, right? A lot of times you might wait for this pullback, and you might say, okay, this is an inversion fair value gap. But if you were an ICT trader just using volume bubbles, you would tell yourself, okay, this is a great area to engage in maybe a short, for example. I'm not going to do that because I still believe in liquidity, and I think that I would love to see if price can manipulate above this area that we have here into this bearish zone, and then see what happens here, right? Because if we get a massive push into this area, and again, you see massive green bubbles, and we close back into the range, then I'm probably going to end up shorting the shit out of this thing. You know what I mean?
Dude, I love that. That indicator is really interesting to me. Like, it's something I would even consider throwing on my chart. Yeah, because I mean, it's such a good example. Like, do you think you can even keep it as simple as possible? This is for people who might want something super simple. Like, I'm only going to get into a trade when I start seeing those volume bubbles, because that's a high volume time to get into the market.
For sure, man. And you can see when volume picks up from the bubble. So like a lot of times you won't see anything, and then all of a sudden it'll be like 2 p.m. that new 4-hour candle opens, and volume just like the bubbles, Like, let me see if I can find some examples here. Like this area here, right? Like this right here is an accumulation period, but you can see the battle that is taking place here, right? So you can see that there was a massive seller, but he got absorbed by all of these buyers. So like if you're in this breakout, you feel confident holding this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel confident that we're Gucci,
Dude, seriously. I mean, look at that. That's really such a good example.
Yeah, and that price really shouldn't sell back below this area, because you don't even want to be in this trade if we get below that bubble, right? You don't want to be in it, because then that means that there's not enough strength for this move, and the market's telling you that you're wrong. But based on this, you could do something like this. Like you could do a trade where you're long. Let's say you get long on the breakout, right? Not saying that that's how I would do it, but you're long on the breakout, and you could just either put a stop there or right below that bubble. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just put it below the bubble, because like this should be protected now. Does that make sense? There's a huge buyer here.
Makes perfect sense, because you saw the huge buyers come in, then you saw an equally large seller try to bring the market back down. And once the market breaks back above, that short seller is trapped, right? That's the idea. And now the market's going to continue ripping up. I love that, dude. Super interesting.
So you got this low here, right? Let's say we got this low here. Okay. As soon as we come and retest this low, we take it by like a centimeter here, like maybe like not even a point. We're tapping into a 4-hour fair value gap, right? So we're tapping into a bullish gap here. We also have this 15-minute gap, 5-minute, like there's a lot of buying in this area. But what you want to see when a move like this happens, where you just come straight down into an area like this, you want to see massive selling with no continuation, right? Because when you have no continuation on that massive move, and you're like, as soon as you're above this area of selling pressure right here, like as soon as you're above these 2 candles, bro, you're pretty much in the green for this long, and you just know that your stop is below these bubbles, because that's like, now those sellers are there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, sorry, now you know
It's
that they got absorbed, and like you don't want to be in that trade anymore if you can get below this area, you know. So,
dude, very, very interesting. I have a question for you about it in the chat. Real quick, though, I want to acknowledge two things. Josh Garcia, a regular chatter here, just said he passed his Tradeify 50K account on that move. So let's go.
congrats.
Shout out, Josh. And he was asking when will he be notified he passed. I think it's at 6 p.m. with Tradeify. You got to wait for the dashboard to update. But yeah, shout out, brother.
End of day, baby.
End of day. On top of that, Mustang Trader, who is Nick Jocelyn.
Oh yeah. I watched some of your stream, guys. What's up?
Who was on last week. Yeah, bro. Mustang. So he said, Zach, I'm doing a 100 account challenge starting tomorrow. Bro's going to try to get funded with 100 accounts. Give me your short list of suggested props. Stay tuned. I'll do that a little bit later when the markets are moving. That sounds like an awesome idea, though. And then Sam the Trader's asking, yeah, good luck. And we'll talk, Nick. We'll talk. But Sam the Trader's asking you, Alex, do the bubbles lag? And if so, by how long?
No, it's level 2. So there's no lag. It's actually it happens as price is moving, right? There's no. I mean, people say indicators are lagging, but this is just based on volume and it's delta specifically. So it's there's no lag on it. This is 100%. I mean, you see it, right? Like you see that we created a fair value gap here and we inversed it, right? So, you know, the red bubbles are not happening after, you know, they're happening within the move. So an ICT trader doesn't see these bubbles. They just see that there's a gap here. And we know that buyers, from an ICT perspective, if I get rid of this, right, from an ICT perspective, we see that buyers, right, just got squeezed when this candle closes through this gap. Because we know that's an inversion fair value gap. That means that buyers pushed into this move. They pushed in so aggressively, there wasn't enough. Not all of them got filled because there was such an aggressive amount of buying in this candle. And now this closure here is telling me that those buyers just now got squeezed, and most likely they have to close their position and sell. So that's why you get this down move, right? So all the volume bubbles do is it just adds to what we already know from an ICT perspective, but with a visual. So instead of looking at the level 2 data and seeing like a bunch of buying that's happening up here at the highs with no follow through and looking at a bunch of numbers, you can put that into bubbles and you can tell yourself, okay, what I see here on an ICT trade, like on this, like this short that I want to take, this looks really good because look at all those buyers getting absorbed up here and blah, 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 right? So, so look what I said, right? What did I say about this? Obviously, ICT trader sees this move as a inversion. And I said, once we get back up here, ICT trader might try to fade this because he thinks that, you know, this is a gap that was unmitigated, and this is where the sellers took control. But with the volume bubbles, you get a visual of exactly where they were in the move, right? And so it makes sense. Like, look at this. This short kind of happens in between those big those big bubbles. You know what I mean? So like
exactly, yeah.
So if you wanted to short this, you know, you could have shorted this. Let's say you shorted it like in the middle of this, and then you just put your stop right above that bubble there. You don't even have to put it to the high, because most likely if we get any price action above where those buyers got absorbed, most likely we'll see a continuation into that liquidity area above, right?
So it could also help you.
But look at this move. No bubbles in this move. No bubbles in this move.
Right there.
Yeah, and there was no bubbles in that move, right? So there was no real bullish volume in that move. Does that make sense?
No, it does. So it could also help you with your
buyers up there.
And so you're saying it could also help you with your stop loss placement.
It can help you with your stop loss placement, yes, and it can also
if you want to tighten your risk a little bit.
Yeah, and if you want to like depending on where you want to take price to, right? Like for example, if in this move here, I'm just going to give you like a little anecdote here, but if in this move up, we saw massive buying pressure here, for example, or massive selling in this area, and price continued, then I probably would only trade this to this area, because that means that there's a lot of resistance here. But because we have no real buying or selling in this area here on this whole entire move, I can see that price could just sweep through this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It makes perfect sense.
So it's just basically adding a level 2 it's adding level 2 in a more visual way. that is easy for a lot of people to understand, where they don't have to look at a level 2 DOM and see a bunch of buyers and sellers throwing a bunch of numbers at the thing. You know what I mean? At the chart.
Yo, Alex, sorry again. I need to go grab my charger real quick. Maybe
Yeah, no worries,
let the
bro.
chat know what you're thinking about right now. If you're looking for a trade, it's after 10 a.m. Maybe let them know what you're thinking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so it is after 10, guys, and I start to look at trades. I'm gonna wait for this we have a new 15-minute candle opening in 3 minutes. Right now, what it looks like to me is we're just chopping in this area, right? We haven't really gotten a break above this. We couldn't get back above that, and now we're retesting those lows here. We have VWAP here, and we also have an hourly fair value gap here. So it's hard for me to be bearish, like to think that price can continue lower, but hey, it can. So I just want to see now when this new 15-minute candle opens, is this 15-minute candle going to open, manipulate into one of these fair value gaps here, and then continue higher? So I think that's kind of where my head's at, is I just want to wait and see. I like to trade between 10 and 11. So I have some time here to kind of digest what I'm seeing. We do have an hourly. That hourly I talked about is about to get tested with VWAP here. So we'll see. But yeah, this is probably a really good A+ setup. Not A+ setup, but it was a really good masterclass on how you can use the volume bubbles to kind of help you in your trade. One thing I will say, dude, it's hard to be up here and be teaching something or talking about something. It's hard to be doing that and also actively trading. I will say that. So if you guys are like, oh, why hasn't he taken a trade if he has all this knowledge? It's sometimes a little hard to get into those trades when I'm like breaking down something or I'm talking about something or whatever, right? So just kind of wanted to let you guys know that.
Sorry about that, bro. Couldn't find my damn charger.
Somebody says, can you tell me what that candle indicator is besides the actual candles? Yeah, guys. So this indicator on the right here, this indicator on the right that has all these higher time frame candles is called, it's called ICT higher time frame candles. ICT higher time frame candles, and it's by someone named Fadi, Fadi. And he says, Alex, the bearish move has started, but there's no bubbles. Yeah, it just means, guys, all right. All of the higher volume was done here, okay? And I have it set so that I only see very high volume, which means I want to see when there's institutional players. I want to see when there's big moves. I don't want to see your retail guys in this, right? So that's why we're not seeing anything form in these areas yet, because there's no breakouts. We haven't broken out to the upside. We haven't broken out to the downside yet. So there's nobody packing into a move. This is just a range. You know what I mean? So there's accumulation happening here. So
yeah, honestly, bro, like, because I could see this be a manipulation move to the downside to like sweep out the internal lows one more time and then still go higher for the day. Like, I could totally see that happening.
100%, man. And look right here, remember, like I told you, this area here on the left. So this little area here, obviously people look at this and they say, oh, that's like an accumulation area. So there's like obviously support or resistance there, but you can draw that out as, you know, an area, because look at this is where those buyers, right, took over, and those sellers got squeezed here. So there's obviously a move in here, right? If you didn't have any clue about there being an hourly down here or there being a VWAP or anything like that, you could still use these areas for support and resistance. I guarantee when we get down to this area here where all of this sellers got squeezed and the buyers took us all the way up to here, I guarantee there's some sort of reaction in this area. You know what I mean? So so you can use it too as a visual representation of like where price can go to, what price can do, right? So a lot of times,
Alex,
maybe you're,
can you
yeah.
sorry to cut you off. Once you're done, can you answer this question? Is this an indicator that's available now or not yet? It's still in development.
Not yet. So we're working on it right now. We are editing at, like, there are other indicators out there that you can use, but they don't give you the ability to have specific sizing. So those indicators are kind of flawed in my opinion, because you don't want to see when everyone's like, when every trader is in a trade, right? Like I only want to see a certain amount of volume show up. And so the only indicator on TradingView right now that is out there that does something similar doesn't have that. It's a very simple kind of indicator, and it doesn't really work because there's too much noise. So we're customizing this to make it so that you can add exact parameters of what you're looking for, right? So if you're thinking that, this amount of delta is all you want to see because that's all you want to participate in, you can add that to the indicator and stuff like that. So that's what we're working on, guys.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, but once I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you, Zach, so you can fuck around with it.
Yeah, I'll play around with it for sure. Also, can you maybe explain the mechanics of, I guess, because part of this has to do with like auction market theory, right? Like the idea of aggressive buyers, aggressive sellers, and trapped sellers. Because I'm honestly not great at explaining the mechanics of how trapped sellers will make the market go higher. Like I just know that it does.
Yeah.
Do you know the mechanics?
Yeah.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So okay, when you see a big move, right? When you see a big move into like what is a big move? I'm just going to show you on this chart. Okay. This is a big move essentially, right? Here you have price. Look at this. I'll just draw it in boxes. Everyone understands AMD most likely. So you have price accumulating. Okay. You have price manipulating here. Okay. That manipulation has to happen into something, some sort of point of interest, something that makes sense as to why price should reverse if it does, right? In this case, it's sweeping the low of this range, and it's also tapping into this 4 hour. Now, a lot of people, especially myself, would rather see price move into like 50% of a zone and then see some sort of displacement out of it, because we want to see that zone be a little bit more mitigated. But if you listen to ICT, and I'm not saying that he is the end all or be all, but if you listen to some of the things he teaches, he does say that if price only taps the fair value gap slightly and then just, has some sort of displacement, that's actually a better sign, because why do you want price to mitigate something? You want buyers to be so fucking strong in that area that they don't even want this to get mitigated. You know what I mean? They want to literally push you out of it. So this is a perfect example. If you're watching the volume, you would see that there's not really much volume happening here, right? Look at this. Not really much happening here. There was an attempt here to go higher, but the sellers kind of pushed price lower, right? Obviously, this is very visually represented here because you can see that there are a bunch of red bubbles up here and not green ones. So what this tells you is there wasn't an aggressive amount of buying pressure that was happening here. If there was a ton of aggressive buying here, you would see big green bubbles, and then you would see that the sellers won. You wouldn't really even see red. You would mostly just see a big green bubble, and then you would see price go lower. That's obviously an indicator that there are buyers trying to take the market higher, but there's a seller that is absorbing that price. So those are just like simple concepts to understand. But this is where it gets really interesting. It's when you know that price has been accumulating and you see a manipulation happen like this. You don't know it's the manipulation yet, but you're already thinking it might be, right? So this is where you want to see. You want to see the aggressive selling, because this is a move that is not normal. This was the normal move, and then this is an unnormal move, right? This is a much bigger push, especially after trying to get to break out here. This is a much bigger push, and as you can see in this entire move, more sellers pile into it, right? And that's the nature of a trader, is they see price move and they have FOMO and they just start hitting they start marketing into those shorts. And so what you see here is at the bottom of this is a very big red bubble. Before that is a very big red bubble. And then on the next candle, you start to see buyers. And as you start to see this next bubble here print, that right there is already this entire move getting squeezed. If I get rid of the bubbles, you see it from an ICT perspective. You see it from a V-shaped recovery, and you see it from this inversion here.
Yep.
That IFVG there is what ICT teaches, that sellers got squeezed essentially, right? There was selling
Yeah.
pressure. There was no buying happening here, right? It was an abundance of sellers. And look at the buyers. They were able to close above that candle. So from an ICT perspective, you might long this, but from having those volume bubbles kind of play a role to help you understand what you're seeing, you can understand that, yes, from an ICT perspective, I want to long this, but from a volume 2 perspective, or from a level 2 perspective, or some people will call this level 3 data, this is even more confirmation because you're seeing visually those sellers get trapped. And what happens when sellers get trapped? You're hitting the market order to sell this thing. You're going short and price reverses on you. What happens? You have to close out. And when you close your sell, you have to buy price.
Yes.
So if there's a bunch of buyers in that move, plus you're closing your order and you're now buying as well, you have a multitude of buying pressure happening. And then we start to squeeze those sellers. And that's where you end up with a move like this, where this becomes the, the move higher, right? Now, you could see here that there was a buyer here and he did get kind of squeezed a little bit, but there's not, like, if you look at the size of these bubbles, they're nowhere near this, right? These bubbles here have a way bigger volume in them. So that is where the squeeze happened. This is just the pullback for the continuation. And you can see we ripped, right? And you don't see any more volume bubbles appear here because it wasn't needed. It was already piled in from this move. Once we get exhausted here, once we start to get up here, more and more pressure, more and more buying pressure starts to get put in. And that's something that's really important because when you have a move like this, which is your CPI move, right? When you have this massive move here, if we're going to continue lower, you're going to see buyers getting squeezed and you're going to see price going lower. But once we get back above the initial potential squeeze, it squeezes again and just continues higher. So, and look how price, it comes all the way down. This is another thing I was telling you. You can use these areas as support and resistance. And you can see when price goes all the way down here, VWAP's not here. There is a 15-minute fair value gap, but I don't know if that was actually there at the time. But you can see that this is the same area where those sellers got squeezed on this move. And look, buyers stepped right back in right there because that's where they had to step in to take us to this move up here.
Yeah, well said, man. That's what that main part that I wanted to get at is exactly what I was looking for you to verbalize, which is trapped sellers. It's not just that, like, a lot of people forget that, they think they're playing a video game where the market is just, oh, I'm hitting buy and sell and there's more sellers or more buyers. There's really no such thing as more sellers or more buyers. There's aggressive selling, aggressive buying. And when there are trapped sellers in the example you just went over, once they go into drawdown and they need to liquidate their positions, whether it's through their stop loss or they're just going to mark it out, they are now buying the market. So now there are more aggressive buyers stepping in, and that's what drives the price up at those key areas. So yeah, you explained that perfectly.
So I might try my luck here at a trade here, just because I think we're not going to hold this for the short here currently. I'm going to try to get into MNQ actually here. Let's see.
Long?
I think I'm going to try a long because I think we're going to squeeze out here. I think this isn't going to hold this time around. I think we're going to go into a lower gap.
I agree with you.
We did close above this set of candles here, So I'm going to wait for a bit of a pullback here potentially. I got 5 minutes on this next candle. What I want to do is I need to make sure that I'm on M&Q on. Oh no, it's not letting me. M&Q March. M&Q March. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I might have missed this move. That's the thing about teaching, man, and being on the live stream.
It's so rough, dude.
It's all right. I was saying it to these guys earlier, like, this is the kind of thing that happens. So let's see if I can get a push back into this area here. I'll do like a little bit over a 1-to-1 here to get pushed back into this area here. Bojan says, good analysis, Alex. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. This is gonna run, man. I'm kind of upset. I don't want to chase it.
What are you thinking for? So target would be the unmitigated 4-hour gap.
We're gonna go into that 4-hour gap for sure. I just need a pullback here. I can't chase this, but I see what I'm saying here. Like this was the initial short here. Once we came back up and closed above all these down candles here, I knew we were probably gonna just send it. But yeah, I can't chase it because now there's not enough room for my stop. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, man, this is a really bullish move right here. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of saw it happening and I wanted to get into it, but sometimes you just have to sit it out.
And chat, this is another reason why I like my base hits, because my short, if I was trying to hold that for the home run for the 10R trade, I'd be cooked right now. You know, just captured off the volatility, took my trade, I'm done.
I'm going to take it on this. I think I'm going to take it on this. I have an email here. I gotta get $500-600 on or whatever. Yeah, let's see if I can get it.
Get it, man. I'm thinking about getting refunded with Top Step, dude. I think I want to roll some of my Apex profits into XFAs again, because at the end of the day, I still think Top Step is just one of the easiest firms to get paid out from. The problem is though that we're having with Project X though, man. All these issues lately, it's been really disconcerting.
It's fucking horrible, dude. It
has
horrible.
Been. It really has been.
So I would not recommend this aggressive move that I'm doing here. I'm only doing it because I think we could sweep this high real quick. And this is an eval, but I wouldn't do it on my funded accounts, guys, because this could there we go.
Hey,
so I just hit my 1500 here, so that was nice.
Beautiful little scalp right there.
So the entry was here, guys. The entry for this trade, thanks, brother. So the entry for me was exactly here. We didn't really get a pullback that I would want to see. I'd want to see a little bit more of a retracement into this area here, but that's fine. I kind of had a feeling, because once this entire move, right, this whole push higher here into this area, and we sold off all the way down here, and we held this area where VWAP is. Once we're back up here, this isn't going to hold again, in my opinion. I've seen this too many times where they're going to try to, ICT traders are going to either going to have to remember, if they're short here from this gap here, and this is something that I'll show you guys because I think it's kind of interesting, but if they're short here and their stop is here, once price is moving in their direction, that and we start to get back up here into this area, they're probably going to start moving their stops to break even at this point, right? So when price comes up and takes them, right? Because here you got this right here. So their stop was here. Maybe they never exited their position. Wait, hold on. Can I please? Jesus. Okay. So let's say that they got into this trade here with their stop at this protected high, for example, and they never moved their stop, and they're waiting for the breakout. Let's say they're waiting for like a 3 or 4 or 5 hour or whatever it is. Let's just say maybe they got in down here to be more realistic. When this comes back up, they're most likely bringing their stop to here, right? Because they're like, oh, well, this high is probably protected and we shouldn't trade above that. Yeah. So when I see this kind of buying pressure come in and we close above that set of down candles, and that's a lot of down candles, I know this is most likely not going to hold. And what happens with those sellers, bro? They have to buy. They have to buy back. They just got squeezed here, which helps push us into that 4-hour gap, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I saw. If I would have entered, I would have had a straight shot up into 74s to, I would have had about a 50-point move on that. It would have been like a 1-to-1. I would have risked about $500 in that trade.
What do you think now, man? Because I think we didn't mitigate that hourly gap yet, did we? Not yet. Once you mitigate that gap, what are you thinking? Do you think this market could still bring us back lower, or are you thinking, like, I'm talking higher time frame perspective maybe? Do you think we could have put in a local bottom for the next few days, or even a permanent bottom? Man,
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't love the bottom we put in currently.
Me neither. Yeah.
If we would have tapped that daily volume imbalance, which is if I just go to the daily chart, you guys will just see it. I mean, it's 2 fucking candles that look at this right here. Look at these 2 candles, how they don't touch at all. Right? So that is a magnet for price, and we came pretty close to it. Some people will say that we came to 50% of, not even, see? We didn't even come to 50% of this, well, maybe we did. Maybe, yeah, here we go. So here's your last daily down candle before this massive explosive up here. And if you take the whole candle, right? Remember, I look at the fib of those candles. Here's 50% of it. We pretty much hold 50% of that candle responsible for price to come up here. So, you know, maybe this holds and we do see a push up into this area here, but I would have rather seen, and the market does this, but if I would have seen this gap here get mitigated, this daily imbalance get mitigated, I would say, bro, we're going back to all-time highs. That's what I would have said. You know what I mean?
Can you explain the significance of the volume imbalances for you? Because I do watch them. I pay attention to them. I use them as draws on liquidity just from pure pattern recognition, but I don't actually pay too much attention to the mechanics of why they're important. So maybe you can get into that, and also just explain to the chat how you can identify them exactly.
So basically, it's just an area where price doesn't overlap, essentially, right? And it really matters more on the higher time frame candles. Like some people will kind of use them on the 15 minutes, and sometimes you'll see them on a 1 minute chart. And if you really look at them, they do, like if you put a volume balance on a 1 minute chart, a lot of times 2-3 minutes later, we just come back and kind of tap it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can just see it happen all the time. But yeah, volume balance are targets, like they're liquidity targets in my mind, right? And so if the market wants to take it, which is what I thought was going to happen on this move, and then reverses from that area, then that tells me the market is done doing what it needed to do, and we could see a nice retracement. Because what you would have to do at that point, and we'd have to take this low to this high. Okay, we take this low to this high. If the market came down here, took this volume imbalance, and let's say closed at like 160, then not only do we just come into discount, tag an important area of price, explore that area, and then close back inside of what is now premium. Let's just say that's how I would have wanted to see it happen. That tells me that there was a lot of buyers willing to buy price at that area. We mitigated what we needed to mitigate on the daily time frame, and now we're closing in a not bearish, because I know it is premium and people say premium is where you want to sell. But if buyers take us back into premium and sellers can't hold us out of there, I'm looking at continuation in the next couple of days. And I'm looking for price to come all the way back into maybe all-time highs or whatever. And naturally, December is a bullish month. Naturally, going into the holidays, price usually just chops higher.
Look at last year.
Kind of the first time. Yeah. Dude, my model last year, like I did we did all of backtesting for all of December, and we crushed it, man. Crushed it. This December, not the same concept so far. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think we're just kind of, what I think is happening is rollover week probably was one of the things that I want to point out as being something we probably shouldn't have traded as traders. Rollover week kind of messes things up, in my opinion. I've seen it happen before.
100%.
Yeah, I've seen it happen before where we just don't go anywhere. They're waiting for these contracts to roll over. And I think we just, as traders, we want to show up and make money every day. This is how I live, guys. This is my livelihood. I do have my photography, but this is where most of my money comes from. Like in the last 2 months, I did 45 grand basically. Like that's a lot of money for a regular human. You know what I mean? So most of my money is coming from trading right now. And I don't want to come to the market every day and at least not try to make some money that day, maybe that's something that I have to work on, and I have to realize, all right, I'm going to take off this week. It's rollover week or whatever. But also, you and I stream, Zach. You have to kind of put on a show, but you have to. Yeah. You have to do. You're not going to stream and not take a trade. Like nobody wants to come here and see that,
Sure.
So yeah, but man, it was rough, dude. I'm back to 5 top step funded accounts. Or no, have I gotten my 5th one yet? No, let me see.
Is that your 5th one? Yeah, 4.
I got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 4 now. So this is my 5th one that I'm working on here. So I'll be back to 5. I blew all of them. On, I think it was.
Yeah, you took payouts from them though. So you made your money with those.
Yeah, I took over $24,000 from them.
Yeah. So guys, remember, that's the game. That's the prop firm game. Like most of us, we don't expect to hold our funded accounts for a year. Like as long as they pay us and we're making more than we're putting in, that's prop firm trading in a nutshell. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. So guys, I had those accounts for over 2.5 months. Most people can't hold an account for a month on a funded account. Some people, they get their first payout, they blow the accounts. I took the craziest thing, Zach. I took 6 payouts and they didn't move me to live.
You know what it is? I've noticed, because I've done similar amounts of payouts on one set of accounts, and if you're not getting that balance, like I don't know what your balance was, but if they're really only trying to put people, if you're aggressively taking payouts, which is what I like to do, I'd rather pay myself than build up a balance. They'll let you sit in XFA land for a long time. They want you to have like 50 grand in those XFAs before they're like, all right, we got to take this guy live.
100%, man. I'll show you my. I'll show you the payouts. Hold on 1 second. Let me log into it.
Speaking of Top Step, actually, while you're logging into that, which combines are you liking these days? Are you getting the no activation fee ones, or are you doing the classic?
I'll be honest, man. I'm an aggressive evaluation trader. I
So you
don't
like the
recommend
classic?
people. I like the classics, yes,
Yeah.
but I don't like the classics for the bigger size accounts. So I have on this run right here, I have 250Ks now, which, by the way, like, you know, one of these is up 1,400 from just yesterday. And, you know, the rest are up 400 because I usually have one of these 150Ks that I will aggressively trade. So like my goal on one of these 150Ks is going to be max payout. So I'll try to get the 5K payout on this 150K. So I'll try to go for $10,000 balance on this. And these, I'll take the payout when I get the payout available, right? That's just how I trade them. But here, I'll show you guys the payouts here so you guys can kind of see. I think I could bring this here, yeah. So you guys can kind of see here all the payouts that I'm taking. So this is November 6th, okay? November 11th, November 12th, November 14th, November 20th, November 21st, November 25th, December 3rd, December 3rd, December 3rd. And you can see the balance, the payout amounts are 1,400, 1,400, 1,000, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,000, 1,600, 1,500, 1,300. And so that's why they're not moving me to live, because I'm not building a, 5, 10K balance on these accounts sitting at 100K. I'm taking my money when it's available.
Dude, I do the exact same thing, bro. The exact same thing as you. My payouts are like usually 15, $2,000 a pop, but I'm always copy trading 5. You know, so they add up. And in that, when you do it like that, you get to sit in XFA land. They don't even work. They don't even think about you. Meanwhile, you're still milking payouts. You're not getting on their radar with like getting a 50K balance where they're saying, okay, we got to move this guy live. And let's be real. Most of us want to stay in sim. You know,
dude,
we get to copy trade.
At, bro. People are blown. Look, only reason I want to go live is to say I did it and be part of that 0.1% or whatever.
Exactly.
I think it's every 100,000 traders, it's like 98 of them or something are
just capping your leverage. Like that's all that's happening.
No, it just caps your leverage, but it's a cool thing to say, you know. And then once you're live, I mean, blow the account. I don't really care what you do. I think Jacob kind of did that. He took a couple payouts and was like, all right. I mean, listen, Jacob took out maybe $9,000 from Top Step when he was live. And then the first 3 weeks of him being back on the XFAs, he took out 75K.
Because the leverage, you're getting real leverage when you're able to copy trade. Yeah,
the leverage, man, 100%, and that's the thing about it. But for me, it would be just I've never been live with Top Step, and I found Top Step in 2020 or in 2019 actually. So it's just been kind of a dream. You know what I mean? Of like, I want to be a live trader with them, but I don't. It's not that I don't want to cap myself from making like. I have a new goal. I'm trying to make 50K in 50 days, right? I don't even think I could do that on a live account, right? I think it would be a lot harder to do something like that.
You need to go copy trading route. You need Apex. You need 5 XFAs, or that's how to do it,
dude. 100%. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with it. But I just want to be honest with people. You know, people. There's not a lot of people in this industry who are honest. A lot of people like they hide things. I love you, Zach, because you will post. I tilted this afternoon. People will literally be like, "But you said you were leaving," and you'll respond like, "Well, I didn't." Like super straight up honest, you know. And I think that's what people are missing in this industry, bro. We have a lot of fluff, a lot of BS happening in the markets, and I think people deserve honesty, not only for yourself, but you deserve honesty for the people who follow you, because. I don't take it for granted, bro. I had 100 followers on X like 2 months ago. Me documenting my journey and like the amount of money that I'm making on a consistent basis put me over 1,000 plus in the last like month. So they deserve to see like, the journey from a real perspective and not some bullshit that people are like trying to fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, completely agree, man. By the way, guys, if you do want to follow Alex's description, in the description of this video, you can find his X account, his YouTube. It's also in the top right corner of the screen. It flips back between me and Alex. You'll see his X handle pop up there. But one thing on that, bro, it's so funny. So I know a lot of people, like when you're in this space, you meet a lot of influencers, a lot of people that are very focused on building their personal brands, their social media up. And I've heard a lot of people talk about, like, they tell me about all these strategies on how this is how I'm getting followers. This is what I'm posting. It gets engagements, yada, yada, yada. And I'll tell you right now, I'm almost at 5K followers on X. My followers increased tenfold when I just started getting payouts. And you could beat any of these gurus with their marketing campaigns and their social media rage bait engagement. You know how you beat them? Just be a profitable trader, get payouts.
Bro,
tell people the truth. That's all you got to do.
I'm a good friend of Kane. You know Kane, right? He took out the $2 million payout.
Yeah, man, of course.
Yeah. He's a legend. So I'm good friends with him. When he comes to New York, we'll hang out and we go out and stuff.
I would love to, man. Yeah, we got to do that for sure.
Yeah, and he literally told me, because I was like, yo, dude, I'm like, how do you get followers? Like, you know, because and no one knows about me in this world, but in photography, bro, I have over 70,000 followers on Instagram. Like, in photography, in that world, I've done a lot. Like, I shoot for, you know, Elle, I shoot for Vogue, I shoot for some of the biggest magazines in the world. So, like, in that world, I've built something. But the fintech world is a way different world, man. It's hard to break through, right? And you don't know what's real. Like when Jacob started the mentorship and he brought me on to help him build it out. It was a big thing about it was how many people told me they were getting scammed and all this sad stuff that has happened to people. And, you know, and it's not like one person. I mean, this is back to back. I keep hearing it. And, and it makes you realize why people don't trust people in this space, why this space is so grimy and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But Kane, I'll give him a shout out because he did tell me, he said, bro, focus on your trading. Focus on making as much money as possible. That's all you got to do. Forget about the
That's
rest.
how you get followers, bro.
Yeah, and he's like, share it because it's real. That's it. Like that was like his entire thing, you know? And he told me that when he went on that $2 million run, just so you know, it was base hits. There was it wasn't a massive.
I remember following him and seeing the come up in real time, just seeing his name pop up over and over again when he was on that initial Apex run. I remember the whole thing like it was yesterday. And all he's doing is posting actual trading proof that he's good at trading. Like, screw all these marketing campaigns, all these guys trying to rage bait you. You guys, like, listen, it's fun to have fun on X and play around, but like, just follow the people that are getting payouts. That's all you got to do.
For sure, 100%. Literally, you said it. That's as simple as you can break it down, bro. And I think some people just, you know, they don't do that, sadly, and they get scammed, you know. And I hate to see it, I hate to say it, but it happens. And I'm trying to make a difference, you know. And I know you're a good dude. Like, there's a lot of people that I'm meeting that are good dudes, and I feel like you got to stick with those people because there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. Yeah, that's why I love chatting with you, bro. You know, you, Jacob, Trader Kane. I mean, I've never spoken with him, but that's one of my main follows. Love hearing from that guy. He's actually who I learned premium and discount from. You know, I started using it with him.
Discount too. I'm not gonna lie. He taught me the same thing, man. He taught me exactly how to use it. It's a really, really interesting thing. He also taught me, what is it? People ask me all the time if I use it. I don't use it anymore, but it's useful when you're in all-time highs. Standard deviations. Standard deviations.
Oh yeah, standard deviations for sure.
Which is very useful when you have no idea where price should go and like where it can reject, you know. But yeah, I mean, he's a legend, bro. Shout out to him. I love the guy. Next time he's in town in New York, we'll all go to dinner together. I'll invite you to come hang out with us.
Yeah, man, I would absolutely love that, bro, for sure. Yeah, shout out Trader Kane, man. I've learned a lot from him. Yo, Alex, man, this was a great stream, bro. We're going to get ready to take a break and run some of our giveaways, chat. But Alex, you're the man, bro. Can't wait. I'm sure you'll be on again real soon, and we'll chat in the meantime, brother.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. And simple, man. If you're looking for me, just I think it's in the. Yeah,
where can everyone find you? Right? Just let everyone know.
Yeah, so if you're looking for me, guys, on X, it's just TMadeAlex. And if you want to come hang out on my free Discord, it's discord.gg/tmade. Very simple, guys. Super easy to find. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are in good hands here with Zach. He's the man. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me on, brother. I'll see you on the next one.
Appreciate you as always, brother. By the way, guys, I just dropped his X account in the chat, so easy to get there. Peace and love, brother. Right. Talk to you soon.
W, bro. Appreciate you. Peace.
W. Let's go, man. Yeah, there's TMadeAlex, guys. I just dropped his X handle in the chat for you. So, yeah, follow him. He's one of my favorite He's one of my favorite people that I have spoken with since starting Prop for Match TV. He's definitely one of my favorite guests. And yeah, me and him are kind of homies now. We chat on WhatsApp back and forth. You know, I like people that are honest in this space, man. And people that they don't have to prove to you that they're a good trader. They just show it. You know, you just see it in real time. So shout out TMadeAlex. Yeah, guys, let's go. Market's just been ripping up. So there's my one short. I'm probably done with trades for the day. That's what I'm thinking. We are up. What is this? 500 times 12 accounts. Let's do the math. That's always fun. 500 times 12. We're up $6,000 today off 2 trades, 2 base hit trades, man. A long in the overnight session. Right here, we got a long here and caught this run up in the London session. And then we took a little base hit scalp right here. That's it, man. Easy, quick trades in and out. Take the low hanging fruit. Come back tomorrow. And then if you're copy trading, that's how you scale up, bro. $6,000 day just from base hits. You know, just from base hits. And this is coming off of that payout. We just took a payout with Apex. So right now, my goal is just continue to stack the base hits, keep my size small and manageable, and just slowly grind these accounts up to like $4.5, $5,000 of profit. Once I get there, I can take a max payout of $2,000 times the 12 accounts. So it'll be like a $24,000 payout. So that's the goal. That's the goal. Just do it slowly. I don't care how long it takes. Realistically, it will probably happen in 2026, you know, provided we don't have a tilt day or blow the accounts. Just like Alex was saying, like, guys, I am a human. I tilt. You know, I made a post on X, the one he's referring to. Let me see if I could find it. It wasn't that long ago. This is what he was talking about. Where is it? Right here. On December 11th, I just wrote, I tilted today. I just let people know, man, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to hide. It's just the truth. All these gurus or furus, they'll never admit to you that they tilted. They'll never admit that they blew accounts. But you know why they don't admit it? They don't admit it because they're not profitable traders to begin with. So for them to admit that they tilted or they blew their accounts, they don't have the proof of multiple payouts or just good profitable trading on stream to fall back on. So they, you know, their ego will not let them say they blew their accounts. But if you're somebody that's been trading live every single day and showing proof of payout and proof of concept, there's no shame in telling people, hey, I had a red day, or hey, I tilted, I blew some accounts. We all do it. So that's the difference. And that's a key difference, man. That's what we were talking about. But yeah, fire stream. We still got a little bit of time, guys. We got a little bit of time. So we'll get some giveaways going. Let's see how you guys are doing. I know the chat loved Alex. He's one of our favorites. IP says, I hit max TP on all my accounts today, took a small loss to start, then came back with max take profit. Let's go. That's what we want to hear, man. Yeah, those longs were beautiful. I mean, look at that. Just all profit on those longs. I'll admit, I was bullish. Like after we took this little short scalp, I was bullish for this move up. But when we got this pushed down, what I was really expecting was for us to come down and sweep this low one more time and then drive higher. That's kind of what I was hoping to see. But at the end of the day, we were just holding this 15-minute BISI, right? This 15-minute bullish gap. So really, if you were long biased and you wanted to see the market fill this hourly gap that we have marked out here, just positioning yourself inside that 15-minute bullish gap is a good spot. So we didn't end up sweeping that low. We kind of, I wouldn't call them equal lows. They're just kind of stacked right here. But after that, we just ripped up, man, catapulted to the upside. So yeah, if you guys caught that long, W's for you. Good job. 34 150Ks, 20 of those are Apex evals, past 5 of those. Damn, Mike is really out here copy trading hard. Respect, bro. Sam the Trader, your goal is to make $1,000 on a CFD account, take the payout, and then get 5 Ignite TOF accounts. Let's go, dude. Let's go. That's a good goal. One of the best things you could do is don't scale up until you take some payouts consistently. And then once you get those payouts, just roll those profits into more funded accounts to scale up your copy trading. It's the least stressful way to scale up. Instead of like trying to put everything on you and going into your savings to copy trade and to, scale up your accounts, what you should really be doing is just starting with one, roll that profit into a couple more and just slowly work your way up. That's the right way to do this. He says, one of the challenges you trade behind the screen, especially when you have a guest, we want to catch your moves, Zach. I trade behind the screen? What you talking about, bro? The trade we took today, I told everyone. Maybe that's happened once or twice. If the guest is talking, I just don't want to cut them off. So I don't want to just cut them off to be like, hey, I took a trade. But today is a good example, man. You guys didn't watch this trade get filled, but I did stop Alex just to let everyone know. I set a limit order for 25,230. I said, I paused him for a moment. I said, guys, just so you know, I have a sell limit at 25,230 inside this little 1 minute gap, and I'd be looking for a base hit. So I did let everyone know, but I probably have done that from time to time. Because sometimes you just, you don't want to be rude and cut people off. Is that a new mic? Yeah, it is. How's the audio? I'm still testing it. I realized I had to work on some settings. So I was trying to change the settings to make it better than it was yesterday. Let me know how the audio is, guys. Is it good? Is it still going in and out? I'm still working on this. That's true too. That's true too, Spectre. This ain't live streaming is not about signals. It's more about having good conversation, being educational, and just kind of watching people trade live and learning more so than just pure signals. But it is true that like if I'm taking a trade, you can't just be in a trade for 20 minutes and then when it's 2 points away from your TP, let everyone know that you were in a trade. I'm not down with that. But that is different though. It's not pure signals, Yeah, we're going to get this giveaway going right now. I'm trading on Project X evaluation account, but they easily get my trade liquidated. Also, not being able to go below one lot is something else. Go below one lot. I think you're trying to trade minis. You got to go to micros, bro. Learning and supporting each other. Folks need to know this stream is about teaching. Yes, exactly. Love when the guests give free game. Dude, Alex is like he's like a discography of free game, free sauce, He's very technical. I'm very technical as well, but I'm also a lot of like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm definitely very technical, but you compare me to some other ICT traders and I'm like very elementary, But then if you compare me to a non-ICT trader, someone that's like solely trades VWAP, I look like I'm being a scientist. And so it depends on who you're comparing me to. But yeah, it depends. Someone like Alex, I would consider that I am less technical than Alex. But then if you compare me to like Austin Silver, who's a pure VWAP trader, I look like a mad scientist with my analysis. You know what I mean? Oda FX, if you don't spam asking for giveaways, bro, I'll kick you. I'll kick you right out. It's tough to stream and trade, but you are doing a great job, man. W. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated. Do I have videos on VWAP? No, so I don't use VWAP, Elon. I'm not a VWAP guy. I use ICT and volume profile. Good opportunity to plug my YouTube channel. I'll plug it here. I got a ton of free sauce on ICT and volume profile on here. So check that out if you're interested. Evals or instant account when scaling? That's a good question. Honestly, I think a little bit of both. I think you could do both, bro, but there's really no right or wrong, if I'm being honest. Depends on what you want to do. This is the thing. If you're somebody that is scaling up and you're profitable and you take payouts consistently, I think going instant funding, you could just save yourself some time. Like you could just get set up with, if let's say you want to get max funded with at least 2 firms for instant funded accounts, they usually allow you to trade up to 5. Like let's just say Top One Futures and Tradeify, 2 of the top instant funded firms in the space. They both allow you to trade 5 accounts right now. So you could get scaled up with 10 accounts without any evaluation. That's helpful if you're a profitable trader. If your payouts are not consistent, you're a bit streaky, I'd say go with evals, man. Just, deal with the challenge. You'll probably save some more money in the long run. And it might mean more when you finally get those accounts funded. You might take them more seriously. Where if you're getting streaky payouts and you're doing instant funded accounts, that can burn a hole in your pocket. So listen, this industry is built off funded accounts. So I'm being nice. I'm not, the average guru would just tell you to get instant funded accounts no matter what, because they cost more money. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you the truth. If you're getting payouts inconsistently or not at all, don't trade instant funded accounts. It's not worth it for you. It's really only for people who know that they can get paid. Shout out, but yeah, for instant funded, if you are going that route, Tradeify and Top One Futures are both running really good deals. Top One Futures 50% off with code MATCH, and Tradeify 35% off with code MATCH. If you want to go the eval route, Apex Trader Funding, man, can't go wrong. 80% off code MATCH. That's how you're going to, if you don't want to burn a hole in your pocket, they're the cheapest way to go. And they pay out. I took a payout from them 2 days ago. I got paid within 36 hours. So, not a long time to wait for my payout to hit. That's what I'd go with. Giveaways won't help if you can't trade. Facts, bro. Dropping bombs. Subscribed. Thank you, man. Thank you. Does my model apply to pairs such as gold? Yeah, you can trade gold with ICT X volume profile 100%. I personally just don't like trading gold. I don't like the instrument, but it has nothing to do with my trading style or model. I just don't like the way gold moves at all. Not my style. Yes, sir. All right. We can get this giveaway going, chat. You know what? I did already make. Oh my God, Oda. You gonna listen to me or not, bro? Do not spam for a giveaway. I actually already have a list ready because we made a list earlier, if you remember. So let's do the list that we made, and then we'll do another one right away because I know people probably missed this one. But okay, let's run this one real quick. To enter our giveaways, you have to join our Discord channel. Go to the pinned comment at the top of the chat. There is a Discord invite link. Just click that link, and you'll be able to enter our giveaways in the future. Whoa, that's a crazy Discord name. Hold up. Let's see if I find that one. That's a crazy Discord name. Let me see. We'll make a new list right now, but I just wanted to we made this list earlier. It would be a waste to not use it. You know what I mean? I don't even see this guy on Discord. Profit. Why does it look like that? Okay, I found you. Don't worry. That was weird. Your thing looks crazy, bro. For anyone that's new, if you don't know how to enter or to claim your giveaway account, you're going to go over here to X. You're going to go to PFM support on X. Okay. So let's go here. I'll drop the link for you, and you just need to follow and DM the PFM support team. They'll get you hooked up with your account. But okay, we'll do a new list right now because this one we made a while ago. We made this before Alex came on this list. So we'll do a new one. How many accounts do I got left? Again, if you guys are new, we give away the most accounts out of any other firm in the industry. We give away like 12 accounts per day. So we've only given away 4 so far. So we got more to give. So let's do it. I got 8 accounts left to give away today. So we definitely got to get this done. Let's do one more here with this list actually. And then we'll make a new list right now. Hey, FX Raptor. Congratulations. Find you on Discord. All right. All right, let's get a new list. so everybody has an opportunity to get in. How does that sound? All right, let's do this. So, for anyone that's new, to enter our giveaways here at Prop Firm Match TV, you need to join the Prop Firm Match Discord channel. The way you do that is you go to the pinned comment at the top of the chat. There is a Discord invite link. Click on that, click on the Discord invite link, join, get verified. Once you're verified, you'll be able to come over here. All these channels will open up and you're going to go here to PFM TV. You're going to go to the stream chat. We're going to go here. I'm going to give you guys a code word and you're just going to type the code word in the chat. So here we go. Type Alex to enter the giveaway. Adam Daz, we can't. So AJ, shout out AJ, our Discord mod. He said there's an issue with it, so we can't do it today. We're going to try it again tomorrow. He said there was an issue. So there we go. See those entries coming in? These are everyone entering our giveaway. So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get your entries in, and then I'll copy the names. We'll make a list, and we'll spin the wheel, as always. Also, though, I got to bribe you guys with some likes. Okay, where we at on likes? Yesterday, we hit a new high. We hit 150 likes on stream. So if we want to keep doing giveaways for the next hour, smash that like button. Let's see if we could break 150. We got over 100 people watching, so we should be able to do it. So smash that like button. But in the meantime, we'll chill now. I'm trying to think if I should get some evals. And I'm deciding if I want to do Apex and just get another 8 Apex accounts funded, because then I'd have 20. And that would be fire. or maybe I get some Top Step accounts, because listen, man, I know I've been talking a little smack about Project X, but I love Top Step. They're the first futures firm that I ever got paid out from. And I love the people behind Top Step. You know, I've been on Top Step TV before. They're good people. They're having some issues with the platform, but at the end of the day, they still have one of the most straightforward payout policies and all that stuff. So I'm thinking, actually, let's do a poll. Because the only other thing I was thinking, if I want to stick with Tradeovate, because I prefer Tradeovate over Project X, you guys know this about me. I could go with My Funded Futures because they pretty much have the same payout policy as Top Step. So let's do this. Let's do a poll. Hold up. I'm going to do, I got an idea. We're going to do 3 options. It's going to be, which firm should I get more evals with? Apex, My Funded Futures, or Top Step? I want to know. What do you guys think? Should I go should I just get max funded with Apex, get 20 accounts? I would need 8 more funded. Should I do Top Step, or should I do My Funded Futures? Let me know. I hate December PA. Me too, man. I can't wait for this year to be over. MMF, 3 accounts max unfunded. I take payouts from them regularly. I think you know what, Nick? I'm pretty sure they brought that number up to 5. I think you can trade 5 accounts with My Funded Futures now. Can anyone confirm that for me? Can I find that on Prop Firm Match? Let's see. Yep. See, so here you go. This is another thing that's awesome about Prop Firm Match. They have a really simple way of finding this stuff out. So it's not just about, hey, use code match to get a discount. Now, that's kind of like the reward that you get, because you will always get the best possible discount using code match on any Prop Firm Match listed firm. But also, you can just look into everything you need, anything you possibly need to know about a firm before making a decision. That was really the intent. This is the intended purpose of Prop Firm Match. You can properly review the accounts that you want to get so that you know what makes sense for you. But yeah, right here. So you can trade up to 5 sim funded accounts now. Oh, if they're 50K. So only 50K allows you to trade 5. Still. So I can go 5 50Ks or 3 100 or 3 150Ks. I do like my funded futures. Tradeify is better, I think. I know I could just get more instant funded, but I'm thinking about doing evals. I'm thinking about just getting some evals instead of more instant funded. I've kind of milked the instant funded thing for a minute now. But one thing that's cool about like my funded futures is there's absolutely zero consistency rule, which is something I'm kind of interested in. Tradeify should be in that poll. Yeah, listen, I mean, I've milked Tradeify quite a bit. They're always technically on my list. I could show you guys. Like, look at all the payouts I've taken from Tradeify. Over 52,000 in a few months from Tradeify. See, not many streamers could show you this stuff. Just like Alex was showing his Top Step payouts. A lot of streamers can't show you this stuff, guys. They want to act coy or act like, oh, I don't want to show, I'm not here to show you all that stuff. I'm going to hide my account balance so you have no idea if I blew my accounts yesterday or not. That's what people do. I'm telling you right now, the real traders, they'll just show you. They're not hiding this stuff. You have time, Zach. Evaluation is time consuming. I know, it's true. But the thing is, like the instant funded accounts, there are big payout caps where like if I go Top Step, I got less payout cap. I got no consistency. I kind of want to, I don't know, something. I've been trading instant funded accounts like pretty much for the entire latter half of 2025. I've been doing all instant funded accounts and it's great. I've been getting payouts from them, but getting this Apex payout really kind of got my gears going because I'm like, damn, man, all I did was take a $500 payout, but I did it on 12 accounts. So I got a $6,000 payout. And I'm just thinking like, I can't do that with instant funded, bro. The max payout I can get is like 10,000 or 15,000 if I go the 150K route. But in order to do that, I got to make $9,000 because I got to hit the profit target, right? Whereas Apex 12 accounts, I got them to 52.6, so I made 2.6K and I got $6,000. See what I'm saying? Just I'm thinking right now out loud. Yep, exactly, Mustang Trader. Exactly. What was my all-in cost for those Apex accounts? I got them with the 80% off deal, so they were like $30 a pop, right? Or like 27, or let's just say $30 a pop. I think close enough. So 30 times 12, 360. But I failed them once, so 360 times 2. So 720, and then I did $40. I had $40 activation fees. So then $40 times 12. Will this work? Right. So 720 plus, so about $1,000. Let's just round up, about $1,100 all in. And then I took a $6,000 payout. So net profit on this first payout is about $5,000. But remember, if I just get one more payout, and this time the goal is to get the max. So if I can take $2,000 out times the 12 accounts, that'll be 24K. So I'm already in profit, but now the goal is get one more. If I just get one more payout, then I made a huge ROI on the accounts. And that's the game with props. It's just about your ROI. Yeah, somewhat, Nick. Like I'm trying to definitely scale up in general. That's why I'm trading Apex. I've never done 12 accounts before. This is my first time. I've always been someone that just trades like 3 to 5 at a time. And I might do baskets and go back and forth. I've never done 12 in one shot. So I'm not trying to do like 80 accounts. I'm not really trying to like link everything up to a third-party copy trader just yet. I'm not too interested in that. But I am interested in like max funded with Apex and max funded with 1 or 2 other firms. So I have 2 or 3 baskets. Specifically Apex though. Yeah. We'll do another live Q&A soon, guys. 2026, we got so much stuff planned for Discord, so don't worry. Stay tuned. Yeah, of course. Absolutely, San. Taxman too. Absolutely. Definitely my last day here. What? Yo, okay, Oda, I'm putting you in a timeout because you're spamming giveaway. I'm putting everyone who spams giveaway in timeout. Yep, 2026 is going to be fire, man. I'm so excited for 2026. I'm so hyped for it. We got big things planned with Prop Firm Match and just my own personal trading. Like, I'm so hyped, bro. I'm ready. And that's why I'm trying to get ready with Apex. And I think that's going to be a big factor here. How much do you set aside for taxes anyway? I mean, bro, I'm in New York. I'm paying like at least 25% towards taxes. So I try and set at least 25% away. But I also can write things off. So you can get it down a little bit, but you got to set, you got to at least have 25% just to the side so that you're not blindsided when it comes to tax season. Taxes fucking suck. That's the only, listen, bro, I love New York City. I don't ever want to leave Brooklyn, but man, the idea of moving down to Florida and having no income tax is really, really attractive. Make my life so much simpler. I just love New York City, man. Yeah, so, okay, let me take a look at this poll. Or actually, okay, let's do this giveaway first. So, guys, get the Discord open. I'm going to give you guys a code word. Oh, wait, I already did it. We have this code word. I forgot. We got to get this going. Okay, I'm going to copy all these names. Okay, guys, just getting my list going now. Copying all these names. Okay, that's the end of the list. Just so you guys know, the last person who was counted was RC here. So anyone below him, you're not going to be counted in this one. So just FYI. Okay, extracting the names now. Again, shout out Josh, man. Made my life very simple with this. All right, chat. Let's get this giveaway going. We ready? Remember, I'll do another one as soon as we hit 150 likes. I want to smash 150 likes today. Break the ceiling. Yeah, there was 150, 160, something like that. All right, here we go. Listen, you guys all wanted, you didn't want your names to get missed, so now we don't miss a single name. All right, here we go. Satish B. Find you on Discord. Found you. There we go. Congrats, bro. Congrats. All right, let's go again. Good luck, everyone. Emma King. Shout out Emma King. Let's go. All right. Found you. By the way, guys, for anyone that's new, if you don't know how to claim your account, just go over to PFM support on X. I'll link it in the chat for you. Make your life easier. Send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, show them a timestamp. That'll make it even easier. And they'll get you hooked up with your account in a day or two, a couple days. Just give them some time. They're busy, you know. Shout out to our sponsors. Everyone who, you know, the firms that allow us to give away more accounts than any other live trading stream in the industry. Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, Aqua Futures. We give away 12 accounts per day on Prop Firm Match TV. Ain't no one is beating us there. And that's only possible because of our sponsors. So shout out to those firms. Listen, if you guys don't win an account today, you can always go to propfirmmatch.com and get the best deal possible. Okay. Top One Futures running 50% off right now. Here we go. Code match 50% off. Blue Guardian still with the 60% off. They've been running that for a minute now. Yeah, check out some of them, but shout out to our sponsors. I want to Tradeify giveaway on Friday. I tried reaching out to you through X and Discord, but you never replied. Are you sure, man? Because I'm pretty sure I gave away all of the Tradeify accounts that I had to give away. Let me know what your X handle is, and I'll double check on this. I'm like 90% sure I gave away all the accounts, but I'll double check. Just drop your X handle so I can recognize you. We'll get it worked out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, shout out to our sponsors, though. Okay, let's run it again. Wesley Snipes. You are the winner. All right, let me get this name, and then let me see how many more accounts I got left. I think I still got quite a few. We should just call 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. giveaway hour, because I have too much fun trading and chatting with my guest that we just got all these giveaways that we got to run through at the end of the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 4 more to give away. So let's do this, chat. We'll get another list going. So if anyone missed it, they'll have another opportunity to enter. And in the meantime, let's chat. I want to check out this poll. You know, let's do this. Let's just get another one going right now. I'm going to give you guys a new code word. Type Furu to enter. Type the word Furu inside of Discord to enter the new giveaway. I'll give you guys some time to get that going. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll get back. We'll do the giveaways. And I also want to check this poll, and I want to see what you guys are thinking about which firm I should trade with. So I want to look into that too. But I'll be right back. Okay. Quick bathroom break. All right. Told you that'd be quick this time. Do I do live trading? Yeah, dude, absolutely. Yeah, we took some trades live today. We trade live every single day here, bro. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. We're live on Prop Firm Match TV. I'm the host. I'm here for 4 hours every single day trading live in front of your eyes. I told you, that was a quick one, right? Actually, everywhere in Costa Rica. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Nick Jocelyn is like a freaking a nomad. He makes me want to do that. I should just live off the grid, man, and trade. Sounds fun. Instead, I'm in the New York rat race. How we doing on those giveaway entries? I'm going to copy the names in a sec. Also, did we break 150? We're only at 136. Come on, chat. 150 before we do more. Hit 150. Smash that like button. All right, I'm going to copy these names. And then I do want to check the poll. I want to see what you guys are thinking. I'll get this list ready first, though. Okay. Just so you guys know, that's the last entry right there. Mr. Chartist. That's the last one. Anyone below that, you're not in this list. But don't worry, I'm going to do at least one more list before the end of the stream. All right. All right, I got the list. All right, there's our list. But real quick, I do want to check on this poll. All right, let's see. Okay, so we got, over 100 votes. It's pretty split between My Funded Futures and Apex. Top Step is losing, so no Top Step, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with no Top Step, honestly. Because I always love Top Step because they have an easy payout policy, but I'm really over Project X. I'm not down with it anymore. So, I mean, Apex is slightly beating My Funded Futures, but I'm kind of thinking go My Funded Futures because I want a simple payout policy and no consistency rule. And I already have 12 Apex accounts. So might be better to just get scaled with another firm as well. Because the thing with Apex, you really want to focus on low risk base hits. Because when you're trading 12 to 20 accounts, A $200 day is a really profitable day. $500 day, this is a $6,000 day. I'd rather just do that, really slow, small profits, grind it out, and take a big payout once I'm eligible. Whereas a firm like Top Step, My Funded Futures, there's no payout. There's no consistency rules, right? Very easy payout policy. It's different. So what you can do with that firm, you could trade it differently. Instead of the small base hits day after day, you could still, you can look for some bigger trades. You could put a little more risk on and look to build up that balance in a different way. So, yeah, it's about doing two different things, using firms to their advantages, in different ways, playing the game. Why not do both? My Funded Futures and Top Step. Well, here's the thing. I think I want to stick to Tradeovate, Nick. I'm just done with Project X, brother. I don't like it. So that's why. Also, Nick, you're a monster. I don't know if I am personally ready for like 200 trading 100 accounts. I don't really want to force that. You know what I mean? I'm a lot more comfortable with just like a lot of Apex accounts and then max funded with a couple other firms and just grind my way out with that. A big thing for me is focusing on not putting an unnecessary amount of money into prop firms. It's not just about getting payouts. There's a lot of people that can get payouts, but they might not be net profitable with those payouts because they blow so many accounts and they're constantly buying new accounts. I try to avoid that as much as possible. I haven't bought any funded accounts for like 3 weeks because I've been trading the ones I have. I've been trading Apex and Top One. So that's another thing. You want to not bleed money. Just because you can bring money in, that's just one factor to trading prop firms. I know you know this, Nick, but for the chat, it's not just about bringing the money in. It's about not putting too much money out. You want to keep your costs as low as possible. And I think for me, I just don't think I'm ready for 100 accounts. I think I could see myself getting into like a bit of a spiral like that if things, don't go too well. So I like to keep it a little more simple right now. Yeah, and that's a great ROI. That's an amazing ROI. Yeah, it's all about payout, but it's not just about payout. It's about not spending too much. You want to limit your spending. Most gurus will not talk about your spending because they want you to use, they want you to use their code. You got to limit your spending as much as possible. Okay. How's that giveaway going? You guys got your entries in? Oh, wait, no, I have the list. My bad. I have the list ready. So let's do this. I got 4 more accounts to give away, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 4 more accounts to give away. Please don't ignore me. What have you? I don't see any other comment. I don't see another comment from you except that one. Why are you ignoring me? I don't know what you got to give me another comment, my friend. I don't know what you're asking me. All right, let's run this. Mohammed, let's go. Shout out. All right. I found you on Discord. There we go. Congratulations. I had I had a bullish bias, but totally missed the trade. Came back after CPI, so I didn't actually get a move today. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me yesterday. If you remember, Destiny, I was short biased. We called the exact move, and I just couldn't capitalize off it because I missed it. It just ran without us. It happens. It's part of the game. Yep, Nick is absolutely right here. You got to keep track of your spending. Streamer is mostly doing many things at the same time. Just send it again. Yeah, I didn't see your message, Rexy. You got to send it again. I'm used to private streams with professionals. These YouTube people are ratchet, bro. Are you calling me ratchet? The hell did I ever do to you? Ratchet. Who's your private streamer? Where are their payouts? Let's see your favorite private streamers' payouts. For the winners, so you're asking what account did you win? It's going to be one of our 3 sponsors. So that's either Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, or Aqua Futures. The support team is going to match you with the account that makes sense for you. Because there are people that their country is restricted for a certain firm, so it's just easier for the support team to handle that. So they'll get you hooked up. What is the profit target for a future account? Most of the time it's 6%. So like a 50K account is a $3,000 profit target. A 150K account is a $9,000 profit target. That's what it is for most firms. My audio is doubling over itself. Bro, why am I having all of these audio issues? I'm going to have to go back on the stream and watch it. Thanks for letting me know. I'll take a look. I think he is talking about you and Austin. Oh, people in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to sound like a dick. I was just like, damn, I thought I was being called ratchet. Fair enough. My bad, dude. My bad. Sometimes we're on defense here because people be talking shit. Audio is fine. Yeah, everyone else says my audio is good, so maybe it was my fault. Okay, cool. Good to know. I've been really working. I did a whole thing this morning before we went live, playing with my audio settings. I haven't checked it. I'm gonna watch the replay after this to see if it's good. I might need to tweak some things, but yeah. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Thank you, guys. I had another page opened. Okay, gotcha. Word. All right, let's do another giveaway. Here we go. Yeah, people could be out of pocket for sure, bro. 100%. Yeah, that's why I'll be on defense sometimes. All right. I like that name, Faithful Trader. Shout out. Faithful Trader, you just won an account from either Blue Guardian, Top One Futures, or Aqua Futures. Big shout out to you. If you don't know how to claim your account, I will show you. Go over to PFM Support on X. I'll link this in the chat for you right now. Send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and they'll get you hooked up with your account. Shout out to the winners. I got 2 more accounts to give out, so I think we should just stick with this list and get it done. I sound like Barry White getting ready for date night. Damn. Rexy, you still haven't written the comments. You just keep telling me to check. Just type the comment again, my friends. Yeah, look at this market. We are bullish. Let's do a little recap real quick before we do the last 2 giveaways. So here are my trades today. I've taken 2 trades all day. I took a long in the overnight session with a wide ass stop, caught 100 points with a couple micros, nothing crazy. Then we took a short scalp right here. Let's go over the long first. Should we do, you guys want me to do one more list? Let me know. Do you want me to do one more list? We're having big issues after Project X. They breached. Yeah, I got nothing to do with Project X issues. Listen, it ain't the firm's fault, this Project X stuff. It's Project X's fault. It's not the firm's. Trust me, the firms don't want to deal with this stuff. I promise you that. By February, the only firm using Project X is going to be Top Step, and you're not going to have these issues anymore because everyone's migrating to Tradeovate. This is why I've been saying since day one to just use Tradeovate. It's a better platform. It's just objective. Okay. All right. Let's get a list going, and then I will go over these trades, and then we'll do our last giveaway. Okay. Last list. Let's do this. Shout out Tradeovate. Type Tradeovate to enter. Type the word Tradeovate underneath my name in Discord to enter. Last giveaway. 2 more accounts. Last 2 accounts to give away. Get this Google Sheet ready. Okay, cool. And we're at 145 likes. Let's just hit 150 again before we make the list. But yeah, go ahead, get your entries in. But quick overview of the trade. So we took a mean reversion long here. That was my first play, right? Couple of micros, wide stop. Basically, my thought process was as long as the market doesn't take out previous day's low, we're going to stay bullish. We were coming into some key demand zones, right? For me, when I say demands, I'm really just talking about these fair value gaps. You had a 4-hour fair value gap right here. You can see right here, it held as support very nicely. And we had a leg higher. We were coming back into that zone. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if the market was going to be this bullish today, but I was expecting a strong bounce for a mean reversion play. Like that was pretty straightforward to me. So my thought process was just get shorts at a good price inside that zone or around that zone, use a wide ass stop and catch some mean reversion. Like that was really my thought process. It was that simple. We had an unmitigated 15-minute fair value gap right here. We were talking about that with Alex. These are really strong draws on liquidity, unfilled 15-minute fair value gaps, right? So that was my overall draw on liquidity, which means if I look to target down here around 25,080s, that's low-hanging fruit. If the market's going to come up here, then I have a really high probability of it at least getting here. My thought process, man, base hit trade, couple of micros, that got me started. I was at about $350 profit on the day, something like that. And that was a really straightforward trade. Then second trade was this short scalp. And this is like, honestly, this was a nice, easy scalp. And we were wrong on the overall idea. We were kind of trading the midnight retracement setup in mind, but I was more just looking for the scalp because I was unsure on the overall directional bias. But pretty much, I saw that we inverted a 5-minute bullish gap, right? So we come in here. We had this 5-minute gap. It was this one, the first 5-minute gap, right? Now, this looks like we were wrong overall, the grand scheme of things, but we still capitalized, right? Because that's what a base hit is all about. So when you see the market like this, or let's go back even more. So right here, we got that inversion, right? I set a limit order at the top, the midpoint of that inverted gap. Let's go to the 1 minute. You can see it more clearly here, right? Midpoint of the 5-minute inversion gap. I set a limit in here and I just say, I'm just playing off the volatility. I'm using a key level after an inversion. Also, we did have some displacement to the downside here. We swept some internal highs. I said, I can most likely capture 30 points on the NQ off this move if I get in with a proper entry. So market comes up, taps my order, 2 minutes later, filled, TP. That's it. Simple, man. Simple. And this is why I love base hits, because after that, what does the market do? Rips in the opposite direction and keeps going. So we profited, even though we were kind of wrong on the overall idea. So, yep. That is my overview of today, of Thursday. Really nice price action all in all. Clean read, good delivery. I got no complaints today. And yep, that's us up 6K on the day. 500 times 12 Apex accounts. But, all right, let's do this. Let's get this last giveaway done, gang. Go. Okay. Go. Looks like some of you guys probably misspelled trade evade, which would not count you, but that is what it is. All right, last giveaway. Here we go, gang. Did we hit 150 likes? 148. Come on, smash that. 2 more likes. Let's go. Bro, 22 days to pass the 50K Tradeify with an 80% win rate. Just took that one loss when I violated my rule. Did this from your teachings from ASFX in here. Base hits. Let's go, Josh. Shout out Josh, man. Killing it. Absolutely killing it. All right, here we go. What reply? Okay, on X, I'm not support, bro. I'm not prop for match support. I do the stream. So you got to deal with prop for match support, brother. Murdill. All right, shout out Murdill. One of the last giveaway winners. We got one more to give. One more account to give. Just find you here on stream, on Discord. Got you. Congratulations. And here we go. Last one, chat. Last account for today. Again, we'll be back here tomorrow. So no worries. If you didn't win an account, you got another day. One more day this week to win an account. 12 accounts we give away per day. And of course, listen, if you can't wait, you got to hook up some accounts. You got to get them locked and loaded. Go to propfirmmatch.com. As always, you could use code MATCH to get the best discounts possible. Okay. 80% off Apex Trader funding. If you want to go the evaluation route, I think that's the way to go. If you're going instant funded, 50% off with Top One Futures. Tradeify, 35% off. Those would be my top 3 with code MATCH. Shout out Prop Firm Match. So there's all these people telling me that they want a Tradeify account, but I gave away all the Tradeify accounts. You're the second person who said that to me, which I feel like I can't trust everyone because I gave away the accounts. So I feel like people are trying to just get one from me. Tell me what your X handle is, and I'll look back at the message and I'll try to see. I'm pretty sure I gave them all away, so this is where it gets sketchy. But okay, last one. Here we go. All right. Lamthathium. I'm sure I butchered that name, but it is what it is. And I got you. Found you on Discord. Beautiful. Let me just save your name. For all of the winners, if you don't know, the way you're going to claim your account, you go over to PFM Support on X, okay? Here's the account. I'll link it in the chat for you. Bam. Click on that link, send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and you will be good to go. You'll get hooked up with your account in 1 to 2 business days. Shout out to all the winners. Shout out to all of you guys for watching, man. We've been able to maintain at a minimum 100 concurrent viewers for like almost 2 weeks now. It's been amazing. So that's all from you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in every single day. Shout out our guests. Shout out TMadeAlex for coming back on. He'll be back on again soon, 100%. So I know we all like TMadeAlex. Other than that, keep an eye out for the Prop Firm Match Awards. Top One Futures won the best new futures prop firm. So shout out to them, man. Yeah, other than that, man, code match. Get the best discounts. We'll be back tomorrow doing it all again. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. 12 account giveaways, special guests, you know the deal, live trading, all of it, man. So thank you so much, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Catch you later.